Welcome on D-Day to a wonderful designer inspiration. We are, of course, not forgetting that it is D-Day, and thoughts obviously are definitely within that genre today. But we do have something to celebrate today, because I have got for you one of our most admired, if not the most admired, jewellery maker here that we have on Designer Inspiration. I've got Rachel Norris with me today, everyone. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, Jenny. Hello, Jenny.
I love when you're in. I love it.
Thank you. I love being with you as well. So I do.
Your designs, yet again, are mind-blowing. Every time you do it, you've done something completely different today. Just talk to everybody about what we can expect from you.
I haven't got them all out yet, but they're going to be beachcomber themes. So bringing in themes of summer and the shells, and I wanted waves crashing across a beach, and little shell. We're going to learn how to make little polymer clay shells and things like that to fit in on the pendant and the waves and the sand. And this will follow through with a theme with a couple of other designers. I know Fiona Potter and also want to do beach and sea themes, so you'll see a few theme shows which will follow on and develop techniques with this subject. So it's if you look out for those shows as well, Jenny and everyone. So that's.
Now, so look out for Fiona Potter and Anne's designs, because Fiona and Anne and Rachel have been sort of conspiring together with this genre. Now, what we're going to show you today is going to be mind-blowing. Every time we know Rachel delivers so much to the table of inspiration, and she's certainly got everything there for you today. We've got Rachel's DVD for you as well, which is the edition that I haven't seen yet. Edition 3, that's in for you today. I have got so much for you. Kaz, thank you, darling. Here's Rachel Norris's Edition 3 Water DVD. We're going to talk to Rachel in depth about the DVD today. I have got some wonderful bundles, but guess what? Back in stock for the first time. The Ultra Wag. That's what I'm calling it. It's the Y-Cone Maxi. It's in stock. If you missed it, I've got it. You've got to keep your wits about you today, because I have got so many back in stock items for you in celebration of Rachel starting the weekend. And believe me, we really are starting with a bang. We're starting with Rachel. By the way, on Sunday, we have got a brand new twisted wire for you. It's fantastic. Also on Sunday, the flush cutters are back for you. Michelle Naylor, flush cutters, flush cutter pliers, and brand new pre-twisted wire in reels is coming to your screen. So we're gonna kick off the weekend in the very best way with Rachel. And we're going to start, because it is all about sort of sea themes today. We're going to start with some Larimar. Larimar, as we know, or you might not know actually, there's me being all presumptuous. Larimar is a gemstone that only can be found in the Dominican Republic. Have a look at this colour. Beautiful sky blues. Think about that beach scene in your mind. Close your eyes and just think about a sunny day, waves crashing, all of the perfectness, all of the perfection of a summer's day on the beach is in this strand. Now, Larimar is a gemstone that was discovered by a chap who decided to give it quite a nice romantic name, actually. Larissa was his daughter's name, and Mar, the word for the sea. He fusioned both. And now we have Larimar. Top drill drops, which are going to be beautiful for prong setting. 75 carats. Absolutely stunning. There's two ways in which you can come shopping with us here today at JewelleryMaker. Get yourself on the phone lines, 0800 644 655. Or you can shop online, all the w's.jewellerymaker.com. You can also send Rachel a message that way. We are going to keep today very interactive. Discovered in 1974, so quite a recent discovery as far as gemology is concerned. A gorgeous, enlightening colour. It's an enriching colour. I think it's a colour that makes us feel good. It is a feel-good colour. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Found in the south of the island at the foot of Bohoroko Range. In your designs, droplet earrings, prong set rings, individual pendants, you've got scope for design, you've got inspiration from that gorgeous seaside colour, and you've got a rare gemstone only found in one place. Beautiful Larimar, TAR U72 is your item code. Remember that whatever you're shopping for here at JewelleryMaker will come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 1 P&P all day, just $29.95. Larimar is a gemstone that if you actually go to the Dominican Republic is really expensive. Claire went there a couple of months ago, our producer, our director, and said that she saw it so expensive over there. I'm giving it to you at a wonderful price, like under £30 with the drops, with the colour that we're thinking about today. And Rachel, colours like this, they are so inspiring, aren't they? Because they are so close to nature, that beautiful sky blue that you can see. What would you do with these?
Oh, well, they go with silver, they go with copper, they go with antique bronze. So I'd probably just combine them with those wire colours. They are absolutely stunning gemstones, all on their own right. You can put them in a ring, or I think a massive cluster necklace with the wire work within it. And I would probably then, you could even incorporate and make it into part of a seahorse or a sea creature. You know, you can let your mind, if you really want to develop it, and go into that as well. It does, it would inspire you. If I had that strand, I'd just sit down and think what I could make with it.
Just plucking ideas out of the air, just coming from instant inspiration with strands like this. You can use your credit card when you come shopping with us. You can use your debit card too. TAR U72. Now I'm going to give you some Moonstone, this month's birth gemstone, along with pearl and alexandrite. Moonstone. Let me just find my black velvety background. Can I have the black velvety background? Scott's back. Scott, where have you been?
Doing a bit of work.
Moonlighting. Moonlighting. Yeah, working elsewhere.
I've just been doing some concerts now for the last couple of years.
Doing some concerts?
Last few days, yeah.
What concert have you been doing?
I was actually doing one in Stratford for my college. So.
Ooh, we're talking to Scott, floor manager.
Do you want to come out?
That's not his full name. His name is, we call him Posh Scott because he is Lord. Will you be a lord when?
I plan to be, yeah.
Yeah, he does plan to be a lord. Lord Marley, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Son of Lord Merley.
Nice ring to it.
It does have a nice ring to it. HRH. Scott Marley.
I always say actually the more I aspire to be a lord.
He was aspiring to be a lord.
I will be.
Have a look at what I got for you here. Absolutely beautiful. It's only been to air once. Just, you can see why they use this gemstone, can't you, on the Lord of the Rings. It's got that wonderful magic quality to it. Have a look at this iridescence. It's fantastic. I love the fact that you do have clarity, but it's the tone of Moonstone that's completely different to me. It's not quite grey, it's not quite white. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that iridescence. Very strong, isn't it? Now, it's really hard to show you Schiller on Moonstone, but this is not, it's not something that's proving difficult with this strand whatsoever. What I like about these is that they're uniform. Sometimes we need a graduated strand, sometimes we want them uniform. So these are uniform. They're 5x3. I think these would be absolutely perfect in a tiara. Perfect in a tiara. They're very bridal. I think these would be outstanding. You know this chandelier era findings, we've got the big round ones. They'd be outstanding, loads of these cascading down. There's a designer called Jean Schlumberger who designed, I think it was a brooch, and it had Moonstone, and it had, what else did it have in it? Moonstone, and it could have been opal. It was something crazy. You can actually look it up. £45,000, something like that. And okay, there was gold in there. And okay, it's Jean Schlumberger, one of the best designers of our time. But we're using a gemstone that I don't think is any less of a quality than the Moonstone that was in that pendant. I think this is so pretty. Moonstone has myths and legends associated with fertility and curing. The Romans used it in jewellery from 100 AD. It's been long adored and used in so many ways. It's beautiful. And the shimmer that you get from this, that we liken to the moon, gives this gemstone its name, Moonstone. Romantic, beautiful, bridal, dramatic, but subtle and sophisticated, ready to cascade and allow the light to just travel around, cluster in a ring, put in a pendant. Definitely thinking about earrings with a strand like this. You have got a 30-day money-back guarantee. At the price I'm going to give you, I do believe you might even fancy a bit of a multi-buy. I'm going to give you these for under £20. The quality is outstanding. It is a Gems of Distinction strand. OPG P06, only £14.95. Get on the bandwagon with this one. It's great to see your names up on my screen. Hello to each and every one of you. Please don't forget to keep it interactive. Well done to everybody. 50 carats. Look at the quality. You know something? We do see Moonstone at varying prices from £6.95. Yes, it's true. The difference between other Moonstones, well, look at the quality of this one. You're paying for that extra shiller. You're paying for the perfect size and shape. They're all very, very uniform to one another, but the quality is outstanding enough to label these from the Gems of Distinction collection, OPG P06. Now, let's go stick with June's birth gemstone, because, oh no, Peridot is Kaz's birth gemstone. Have a look at these two together. What's your birth gemstone, Danny? Is it, wait a minute, is it, let me see, amethyst? I have got a good memory. Because Danny said, I bet you don't know mine because you weren't working with me when it was my birthday. I bet I do, Danny. Because you know that women do this funny thing that men don't tend to do. It's called listening. Actually, that's not entirely true, because there are many times when I don't listen to anything I'm being told. No. What's your birthstone? Is it ruby? Oh no, wait a minute. Is it emerald? Yeah, it's emerald. There you go. Oh gosh. Hang on a minute. Yours is, wait. Is it emerald? Yours as well. Are you April? When's your birthday? Oh, it's a ruby. I didn't know. I thought we'd had your birthday. No. Should we talk about June's birth gemstones now, everybody? Let's do that. I love these. I have done them before. I absolutely adore them. They're the baby pink pearls, and they're 11 by 10. So they're like an oval shape. I really like these so much. I love the colour, it's super feminine. I do think these are very bridesmaidy, but also I think these are very vintage bride. Imagine this with an ivory dress, it would look so pretty and so feminine. But you know what? I love all those like little baby doll dresses that are in the high street at the moment. I think these would look so striking with those. I'm not going to go and wear those, my daughter probably would. But you know what? I think I would wear these with a classic cream shift dress. I think these would look stunning. I think they're very Jacqueline Onassis. Look at the size of these. They're so expensive looking. They have a class all of their own. Now, when I first saw these, we all do, you know what, in our minds, we all decide what we think the price is. For me, this is probably a £24.95 strand because of the size of them, because of the gorgeous colour, and because when you look at them, they're really, really smooth. They don't have a lot of rings to them. So for me, that makes them look more expensive. And I like to wear a pearl that looks expensive because we all do, don't we? We want to feel special. We want to feel like, we want to feel expensive, don't we? Look at the colour of these and think about whether you want to put them with antique bronze, think about whether you want to put them with silver or gold. You know what's great about this colour is that I think any of those kind of wires will go with, plus our baby pink wire will look cute on it. And I think if you want to go with that sort of floral theme, maybe even the chartreuse wire as well would look so pretty. Christening pieces for a baby girl, perfect. Baby pink pearls. FKP 035. I love the pastel. It's going to look stunning with Amazonite. These should be coming to your screens at $19.95, but today we're going to take that price tag down. Definitely a summer pearl strand for your collection. Don't forget, it is a birth gemstone as well, and it's a classic. It's a gemstone everybody knows. Loads of you on the phone for this one. $14.95 for a strand of pearls that are super graceful, very sophisticated. They do have a class all of their own, don't they? Absolutely beautiful. Look at that beautiful colour. And this is the lowest ever price tag that you're seeing on your screens right now. FKP 035. Make sure you're checking out baskets. Great to see you all. Please don't forget to send us your text in. How's your morning going so far? How's it going so far? 60777. Please start your message with the word JM Studio, followed by your message. Well, I've had a crazy hectic morning, as you would expect. We've got Samina. Hello, Samina. You've texted already. Samina says, hello. We haven't seen Lady Norris's designs yet today, but I already know they are going to be fab. Love Lady Norris, me too. Jenny looking fab in pink. Thank you, darling. Thank you, my lovely. Thanks, Samina. Keep it coming. Sissy, hello, Sissy. Sissy says, the weekend schedule sounds great. It is making gemstones and findings here. Oh, it is raining gemstones and findings here. So it will be great time to design jewellery with JewelleryMaker. Oh, let me just move that there. Sissy, stay where you are for the whole weekend. For the whole weekend. Order in takeaways and wines and don't go anywhere. Now, we've only got 23 of these left. This morning I woke up to my daughter missing the bus at school. Pretty much because she'd had her face in Facebook. My son, I said to my son, he wakes up at like 5:30, gets himself dressed. He forgot that today. Good job I remembered. I said, it's not school uniform today, it's non-school uniform. So then he wanted something specific. So then I had to get the iron out. You know I hate that. You know I hate that. So that was my morning. But then I knew Rachel was in and there was cake and there was olives. There's Rocky Road in there. Oh, it's a wonderful weekend. We've got a wonderful weekend ahead. Hectic as usual for most of us. $14.95, but stay hectic with us, jewellery makers. We've got so much fun lined up for you over the weekend. Julie in Essex, Amanda in Derbyshire, Susan and Karen and Lynn and Renee. Loads and loads of you are on the phone. Don't forget that this did come down from $19.95. Hello, Giselle. We've got two very French names, Giselle and Renee. Is it because your French audience are watching us today, Danny? Well done to Lynn in Cheshire, Shani in Merthyr Tydfil, June in Essex. Hello, June. I got a JewelleryMaker in Greater London, FKP 035, down from $19.95 to $14.95 this afternoon. Let's do Danny, my boy. Oh, gosh. Oh, there's so much choice. Can we do the turquoise? Because I absolutely love this. This particular strand really appeals to me because you get a lot of the black matrix. I want to talk to you, it's only been on air once previously to this, I want to talk to you about reconstituted turquoise, because reconstituted turquoise has been a bit of a, people thinking maybe it's not real. It totally is. And I actually spoke to somebody the other day about it, and she said, I said, what do you think of reconstituted turquoise? And she said, well, it's my birth gemstone, but I would only use real turquoise. And I said, it is real turquoise. She didn't realise. So I wanted to talk to you about reconstituted turquoise and why we have it and what it is. Now, if you wanted size like this, in this colour of a gemstone, ordinarily, previously to the reconstituted turquoise, you'd have to look outside of the real gemstone that is turquoise and go and buy not faux gemstones, but faux turquoise. So it would be howlite that is dyed. Howlite takes to dye wonderfully. And so it's the ideal candidate because of its hardness that we can get large gemstones in turquoise colour. And it's very close to turquoise, but in our minds, it's not the real thing. Just like if you've ever bought one of those handbags that looks like something that's from a big designer label, but you know it's not really. There's nothing like owning the real thing, is there? And so for real turquoise, we would expect to pay for a strand like this, I reckon, towards the high 70s. Because turquoise is a soft gemstone, it's very difficult for us to get here at JewelleryMaker large pieces of it because it goes to the high-end jewellers. You think about the buying power of Tiffany & Co. and Prada and Gems TV even, and you know they are going to be going in there and grabbing pieces for their large rings, things like that. Now, reconstituted turquoise, let's talk about it because as I said, regular turquoise is very soft. It's a soft gemstone. So soft, in fact, that in the past it's always crushed down, mixed with milk, used in makeup, using paintings, you know, and that was in the ancient times, in Egyptian times, and actually the Aztec period. And they didn't have big machines to crush with. They didn't have any of that technology at all. They didn't even have electricity, did they? So you can imagine how easy it is to crush real turquoise. Now, getting lots and lots of turquoise and for us to crush it down and then press it back into a shape has enabled us to give you a strand like this. But let me assure you that the makeup of reconstituted turquoise is still real turquoise. It is still made up of real natural turquoise. Now you can see, obviously because it's crushed, sometimes the matrix will be distorted, but what I like about this particular strand is it does have the appeal, if you see, of the odd one that has that sort of Fabergé egg wonderful look to the matrix, and that's what that's called, that black. They really remind me of a Fabergé egg, these. I love them. Now, this strand is the perfect one for rings. It's absolutely perfect. We've all seen that classic, chunky turquoise silver ring. A lot of silversmiths do them, and they can be very expensive. This is a colour that is really beautiful, and this is genuine turquoise. This is a shape that's going to work very well in your soutache, very well in your brooches, very well as pendants, perfect for rings. You could make earrings out of it as well. They are large, so perhaps only one in each ear, maybe on a dangle. Bracelets, watch style bracelets, they could be a feature. I mean, this is a very, very versatile strand of turquoise and beautiful and perfect for those projects. Prong setting this into a ring is just the way forward, I think. QPP 039, these are on the uniform, and this is why it's important that it's reconstituted, that on the uniform, so they're very, very, very exact in size. 16 by 14, loads of you have already got this, and under £10, incredible that you can get real turquoise for under £10. And a size like this, it is real turquoise still. Please don't ever let that leave your mind. Rosemary in Sussex, Katie in Cornwall, hello. Glenda, Wendy, Marion, hello. Another Wendy, Carolyn Glamorgan, Pat in Menorca. Oh, we all have our little thoughts about Pat and Menorca on her balcony, don't we? With your sangria. We're so jealous of you. Claire in Staff, Susan in Flintshire, Rosemary in Sussex, it's great to have you all on board. Rachel, I know you're a big fan of turquoise, and yes, the great thing is that it does go with so many other colours, but with these large ovals, they're perfect, aren't they, for your stash?
Yes, yeah, just one in a ring, and I love antique bronze with that particular
Copper as
and
well, looks
copper.
nice.
They just go team perfectly for the summer and also through to the winter. Turquoise is December's birthday,
Yeah,
isn't it? I think
yeah,
so. Anyway,
with
so it's one of
zircon, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So it's one of my birthstones then.
Is it zircon, turquoise, and
Tanzanite, I think.
Tanzanite, yeah. It's so pretty. So you must be drawn to it because
Yes,
it's your
I do.
birthstone. Anyway.
Yes.
It is it's absolutely gorgeous. Love the size. There's so many of you on board here. I've got a jewellery maker in Greater London, Amanda in Derbyshire, Anonymous in MA. Where's MA? Is it Massachusetts? Wow. These are going all the way to USA. I've got a jewellery maker in Kent. I've got lots of brand new jewellery makers. It's great to see you. It's great to have you on board. We are blessed with the company of an award-winning jewellery maker today. Rachel Norris has had her pieces displayed in the Victoria and Albert Museum. She's an inspiration to us all. You've been there, have you? I've been there too. It's wonderful, isn't it? I wanted to get there for the pearls through the ages. Have you got turquoise in there?
Yeah, turquoise in the fish. Actually, I just noticed that a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Rachel's put some turquoise in with a copper wire with the fish. Look at this. What kind of fish is this?
It's like a koi carp design, really.
How amazing! She's mind-blowing, this lady, isn't she? So it does look outstanding with copper wire. Yeah. Look at the fish. If you want to be inspired today, then look no further. Ring somebody else to get the kids from school. You cannot leave. We have got so much. Now, I mean, this is just amazing. Amazing. This is the one from your DVD, isn't it?
Yes, it's the main feature piece.
You blow my mind, you do. It's amazing, isn't it? Text us any questions. You've got any questions for Rachel? Can I give everybody just a tiny sneaky peek of one piece of Rachel's polymer clay seascapes here today? Is that what you've got out?
Yeah, loads and loads. Yes, there's loads. This is the first set, which are beachy colours. Yeah.
You wait, look.
So, and there's stacks to talk through, actually. I just hope we can cover it all.
We will, I promise. I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting over with Rachel and I'm going to sit as quiet as a mouse. Well, as quiet as a Jenny Cleary mouse can be. We've got some texts already. Jean in Hampshire. Hello, Jeannie. Jean says, good afternoon to the wonderful Rachel and the delightful Jenny. I'm sat at my work table at the ready to try and copy at least something. Love Jean. Jean, stay where you are. I love it. And Dee in Cornwall. Hello, the roads here in North Cornwall are gridlocked because of the Cornwall show.
It's just outside our house.
Is it really?
We live really close to the showground.
What
really
happens
close.
at the Cornwall show?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't know whether you know the Mid Devon. Do you go to Mid Devon show or anything like that? It's just a huge version. I mean, it's a big show. It's fantastic. You ever get the chance to go, Jenny, you would love it, actually.
Is it a country show?
Everything, yes.
Just everything?
Livestock, I mean, 100 types of rabbit, guinea pigs, and
I love
you've got
stuff
cows.
like that.
I mean, everything.
Like the Three
and then
Counties show.
Then you've got the shops, and I mean, there's certain lovely designer shops sort of have outlets there, and ice creams, beer, everything, everything you'd want.
And you're here?
And a big robot. And a big
How long does it go on for?
3 days. It's Thursday, Friday and Saturday, so I'm going to go tomorrow. Yeah.
So Rachel will be there tomorrow, Dee. You can check out Rachel there tomorrow. Samina, hello Samina. That turquoise with the pink pearls works beautifully. Let's try it. She's not wrong. How does she know, says Tom. Maybe Samina's got it already. She's a very regular jewellery maker. That is stunning, you're right. It's gorgeous. Beautiful. I've got lots of multi-buyers of this. Let's give you some Labradorite. I'm going to give this back to Rachel before because I don't want to drop it because I'm frightened that I will. Thank you, darling. Love that lady. Now, this is that gorgeous. This is one of my favourite strands that we currently have in stock here at JewelleryMaker. I absolutely love this. I love it. It's one of the nicest ones I've seen. I said this to you the other day, didn't I? Look at that colour. Look at the colour. This is textbook Labradorite right here. Now, I tell you all the time, it's really difficult to show you Labradorescence on air because the lights drown it out. Now, despite that, this Labradorescence is not having any of being ignored. It's powerful, it's here to be seen, and it's here to make a huge, dramatic emphasis on your jewellery. Look at that. A show-stopping, jaw-dropping, beautiful example of very fluid Labradorite. The Labradorescence is so beautiful. It's not crackly. It's really fluid. Now, I've seen even some really high-end pieces that were photographed and put in a thick, glossy magazine with crackles in it. This is super-duper fluid. The quality is phenomenal. I actually think a lot of the high-end jewellers would be jealous of the quality of this strand. That's how wonderful it is. Look at the golds you're seeing. Labradorite is made up of layers, and if you don't know about this gemstone, it is completely natural, which is just out of this world, isn't it? Doesn't it blow your mind that a gemstone like this forms originally in Canada, which is why it's got its name after the state of Canada, state of Labrador. It's formed up of layers and layers and layers. The more layers to Labradorite, the more Labradorescence. When the light comes down, it just gives you the most amazing beam right back at you. Look at that. Breathtaking. This is one of the most striking strands I've seen. With my hand on my heart, it's the best strand of Labradorite. Now, I've got other strands of Labradorite for you today. It's the best strand of Labradorite we have here in stock, and I have got more to bring you today. This one is the best because it's so powerful with its Labradorescence, because it's top drilled, because they're checkerboard faceted, but mainly because the power of that Labradorescence. And I always say it, diamonds and Labradorite are two very different things. But the one thing I think diamonds and Labradorite have in common is that they are both as breathtaking as each other. Wouldn't you agree? Do you think Labradorite is any less breathtaking than a diamond? Because I don't. In my mind, because I'm a materialistic woman, I want a diamond. But because I appreciate beauty, I have to have Labradorite. Now, if the world was shaken up tomorrow and we wake up and Labradorite are the new diamonds, I wouldn't be surprised, because they deserve to be a higher price tag, because they give so much of a performance, because they add so much to your pieces. This is an unforgettable strand of Labradorite, and I promise you, and I do think, I hope very much that you think that I tell you the truth. And I promise you this is the best one in stock. And like I said, it's not the most expensive. It's not the only strand of Labradorite I'm going to give to you today. It isn't. I've got some more in here. Beautiful, but this one is the creme de la creme. It is. It is. You know, it's just that. It's just that one. It's your favourite dress in your wardrobe, the one that always looks amazing. You know what I mean? It's your best pair of shoes. You've all got this one. Cynthia, Ingrid, Mrs. R. Anna, who only buys gorgeous things, by the way. If you see Anna's name, you can be sure that it's gorgeous. Margaret and Pat, JewelleryMaker in Wiltshire, Hampshire, Rosemary in Sussex. Cheryl's got two. I would do that as well. Lorraine in Kent, Carol, Susie in the Scottish Borders, TNR, U20, breathtaking, gorgeous, and only $11.95. You know what? Crazy things happen sometimes. Men go on the moon, people travel to space, and strands like this get put at $11.95. Absolute lunacy. I know. Labradorite for $11.95. Remarkable. The electric blues, believe me, if we graded Labradorite like they grade tanzanite, this one would be quadruple A. It's wonderful. And I mean wonderful. No wonder Cheryl's multi-buying. No wonder June in Essex, the queen of multi-buyers, is multi-buying. I am seeing Olwyn, Lynette, Claire, loads of you in for this one. But you know what? It's been on air once before. We only have 20 left. And I promise you, cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye, you will love it. It is my favourite strand here at JewelleryMaker of Labradorite. Look at that, look at that. I promise you, I promise you. And you know what? I've given you more expensive, I have. I've given you strands at $29.95, $24.95. This is only $11.95. I'm not saying it because it's expensive, I'm saying it because it's true. I promise you, I promise you. Look at that. A ring, a pair of earrings. We've only got 5 left. This strand is going to sell out. They're top drilled. They're beautiful. Don't leave it to chance. I've got Sue, Sabina, Helen, Claire, Olwyn, Lynette, and another Claire. You've got unchecked baskets. You are going to miss out to a telephone call if you don't check out your basket now. There's only 2 left, and there are 9 people with an unchecked basket, and we do have multi-buyers. You've got to be quick. Do not leave this to chance. It's definitely between... Is it gone? I think it's gone. Unbelievable. Now, if Kaz does not mind, can I have the piece of polymer clay that has just been baked, which Rachel would show you? How amazing is that, Kaz? Amazing. I want to walk into this. You know when you see a picture and you wish you were actually in it? Have you ever seen Roald Dahl's The Witches with the kids, where the girl's trapped inside the pit? It's brilliant.
No, I haven't.
With Angelica Houston.
No.
You must watch it. You must watch it. Your son will love it. Have you read the book?
No. So I've got to.
You've got to go home and watch it with him because it gets a bit. It's got witches in it.
We like scary. It's fine.
How old is he now? He's 4 or 5?
4, yes. 4 going to be 5 in December.
My son liked it when he was that age. A little Dutch girl gets caught inside a picture because a witch puts her there, and they tap on it, and if she moves. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant, but that's what it's making me think of that. I want to be inside there. I would quite happily have that witch put me in. Look at this. Is this a Skinner blend?
It is, and I'll show you the layers you need because we won't actually make that today. But I'll just talk through that one. The photograph of the layers you need for that is going to be on the website, on the Facebook page. I
want to frame this and put it up in my bathroom. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It doesn't just have to be jewellery. I know we've got the drill holes so we can wear this, but isn't it phenomenal? Look, this is just a tiny snippet of what you can expect from Rachel today.
You can make it just gets a box lid would be nice. I was thinking, you
a
make
little
box.
trinket box.
Yes, just some of the pieces would work really well as little lids for little boxes for things.
You're going to learn from Rachel, and I promise we won't disturb Rachel. I promise we won't keep interrupting her as much. I will only stop Rachel's demonstrations to give you the things you need to create what Rachel's creating. I understand and I am with you that Rachel should not be disturbed during this, and I want to learn from her too. So we are going to sit back momentarily and relax with Rachel and learn. All I'm going to do is bring you the little extras that you need so that you can also create some of the pieces Rachel's created. Now, I'm going to give you the kit first off, which is made up of your frost white glitter. You're going to have to be quick with this one because I do think it will sell out. When you see the rest of the pieces that Rachel's made, it's a no-brainer. You need all of these to create what Rachel's created. I've got the turquoise. I've got the black, which is essential. Now look at this. You need all your blues. You've got your denim blue. You have got your lapis blue, pure navy. Then you have got your translucent, which gives a nice waxy consistency. And then your 18 karat gold. Not done there. What's the difference between the gold and the 18 karat? It's the 2 different shades. So the original gold is like a buttery 9 karat gold, and the 18 karat gold is a little bit richer and it's very, very glittery. Beautiful. Now you have also got picture jasper gem art. Now, gem art can be used in card crafts, loads of different ways. Essentially, it's 100% jasper, and you can boast that. But look, perfect for a sea scene. Do you know, you only need a pinch of this. It lasts and lasts and lasts. It looks like, do you know what? I'm on that beach scene already.
Yeah, I'm ready. All my pieces, and that's how much I've got left. So
you've got most of your pot left, and you've made pieces and your demo pieces up with it. Now I'm also going to give to you the gemstones that Rachel requested, which are gorgeous and totally within the genre of this collection. You have got 2 strands of picture jasper, twisted drums, 10 by 8, and then you have got the, let me just see, I'm just trying to find the pairs which are 10 by 8 as well. Now, those are so beachy already. You have got all this polymer clay. I'm not even done. I want to show you, because in Rachel's piece here, I want to call it art. Now remember, if you've never met Rachel before, she's an award-winning jewellery designer. She has one of the best reputations of being an artist, a wonderful designer and a jeweller. Have a look. These little shells here, these shells here, you get 3 of them, and are they sterling silver? Yes, they are. Yes, they're oxidized, so they give that, they're sterling silver, which have then had that blackened look added to them to give them more of a rustic, vintagey feel. So by doing that, you get that sort of gothic look in your silver, which I really, really like. Sterling silver, you get 3 of those. So your polymer clay, 2, 4, 6, 8 blocks of polymer clay, 3 lots of silver beads in the shells, 2 gemstones. You can create a Rachel Norris masterpiece. You need everything that I'm giving you in this kit. The price tag is about to blow your mind. Now, if I was totting this up, I'd say what, about £50 worth here with the gem art and all this, if I was shopping anywhere. Well, actually, anywhere else, that'd be good. I'd say here, about £50 worth. What should I be paying? $38.40. Do you know what? I think that price tag, most of our customers would already be happy to pay. Do you know that? Because it's great value. Because you've got so much. Because you can create such a lot of jewellery out of ever such a little. I'm not giving you that price tag. We are taking even that low price tag down further. VEG C38, your designer inspiration kit put together by award-winning Rachel Norris, £27.90. You've got under £30. Absolutely, I'm going to get this. Look how much you can create. When you see the rest of Rachel's pieces, your mind will be blown. I might even be tempted to multi-buy on this. I think the value is outstanding. You're going to get a 30-day money-back guarantee. We only have 66 of this, and I've got loads of you on. I've got loads of you. Fatima, Elizabeth, Elaine, Francis, Christine, Gillian, Carol, Gwendolyn, Tracy, Sharon, Joan, I've got Cynthia, I've got Linda, I've got Sylvia, I've got Ashlyn, I've got so many of you. Wendy and Elise have just joined us, Katie in Yorkshire. $27.90, it does look like this one's going to sell out, but you still have chances. Half of the stock has now gone and been allocated. You've got to be quick. 0800 644 655. Now we're inspired already. I'm already excited about showing you the rest of Rachel's pieces, because if your mind was blown with the seascape I've just shown you, then I am about to wow you even further, because Rachel's designs are yet again absolutely crazy wonderful. Let's start. I can't decide which one's my favourite. Do you know that? Because they're all. Do you know? I love the way you've even captured the frothing of the sea when it laps up into shore. I think it's wonderful. Obviously, you live by the sea, so you can. You've got it fresh in your mind. This is outstanding. Yet again, look at the way Rachel has even captured the frothing of the sea, the shells, the texture of the sand. It's a piece of art. Have a look. Rachel said this just came into her head and she put it out there. It's wonderful.
That's with scrap clay. This is the scrap clay left over.
You're crazy.
And so you don't waste anything. You just, that's one of Debbie Bulford's sort of random pendants. It looks
like a crab.
Yes.
I love it.
You can just literally use scrap clay and make that. There's a sort of a masculine pendant, I think, just behind there.
Yeah.
I tried to do
Let me try and show. Do you know what? Look at your plaiting here. The way you, it's almost like a medieval plait. Look at that.
That's in edition 2 DVD. If you've got that one, that method.
Hang on, let me put this. Oh, I've just lost my earpiece. Wait there. I'm coming apart at the seams today, I am. Isn't this absolutely ridiculously mind-blowing? Look at what we've got here. Remarkable. Stay with, I know you're not going anywhere, jewellery makers. You've got to be quick with the kit. Have a look at this as well. Yeah. Oh, Rachel's going to show us how to make shells today. Oh, amazing. I don't know, I'm even, you make me lost for words.
Thank you.
I should put, my mother will pay you for this. Look. Look.
And that's using all those lovely cutters that Debbie's brought to the show, the sort of the fan-shaped cutters and the circular cutters.
And we're going to have those today, I believe, aren't we?
Some of them I think we've got in the
You've
show,
used the long wax wire cone, and I'm going to give you that today as well, back in stock.
Sorry it's in different wire, but I just wanted to show actually how well the silver wire also goes with those silver chandy beads. And I made some copper version, so if you want to get the copper beads, I think we might be bringing them into the show as well at some stage, so you can work with those as well. They look beautiful. You've created so much out of the one kit. Rachel, I mean, if you were to sell this, we'd be talking huge amounts of money. This could be a major profit maker. Well, it is, because if you add some wire, you add all these details, you sort of add so much value to the pieces, and then it's not then the value of the components, which is very little. It's actually the value of your time, and you can factor that into the pricing that you have. But actually, when you don't have to factor so much in for the components, it makes it much easier to make your pieces affordable and for your customers, which you're targeting, you know, which your price is at. And do you want to talk through some of the ways we've made some of the pieces, because we won't be able to cover everything. But
what we'll do is we'll do the demo first, and then we'll talk our way through the other pieces. Which piece are you going to show us first?
I'm going to show a circular version of the seashells.
This one here?
So that one, a circular version of that, with the wave crashing across the sand. And then we're going to learn how to make some of the seashells as well.
I love this. I want to go to. It's making me want to go to the beach. Oh,
I know.
I love it. Now I'm going to give you the extra elements, because is this the one you need the moulding compound for?
It is. So we can talk through that first. Actually,
I'm going to give you this now because Rachel is going to use it, and I don't want to. I want to disturb Rachel as little as I possibly can. Now I am going to give you the wire as well. I love the beads on that. They're so pretty.
It's almost, there's a certain age that used those colours. I can't remember, a certain designer, and they're almost china blue with this lovely beigey background. It's lovely. I just love it.
You see it in the vases, don't you? My mum's got one.
Yes.
Yeah, that my great aunt gave to her.
Someone can text in the kind of
I'll ask Mum.
design.
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Now, moulding compound. This is the same moulding compound they use in dentistry.
It is.
It's wonderful
and podiatry as well. They used it in between little toes. I saw somebody with a little moulded something to help separate her toes.
Yeah, it's wonderful stuff.
Yes.
It's not harmful to the skin, but you can wear gloves, can't you?
You can wear gloves when you make it, but to be honest, I didn't really bother because my hands have had it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Now talk to me about this moulding compound and why this particular one is so good against other moulding compounds.
Well, I've used this for a couple of years, in fact actually with silver clay pieces first of all. I made a seashell pendant years and years ago when Natalia inspired me to use silver clay for the first time, and that's when I used the moulding compound for the first time and made some sort of a silver seashell pendant, and some of those moulds I've got and I still use now, so that's about 3 or 4 years, you know. Yes, and you can imprint fingerprints, special sort of objects around the house. I mean, I've done
child's hand.
Yes, I've done one of the bracelets actually later on. Oh no. Yeah, you can actually imprint a palm print or a little baby's hand in it and make a little cast. I mean, there's loads of
perfect for that.
Yes.
How do I use it, Rachel? What are the compounds? Is it 1 scoop of each?
Yes, you have to use equal amounts, and they actually put a little dot on it so you don't mix the spoons up, because if you mix them together, they'll start the process of hardening, and so you've got to be really careful not to do that.
So I get 1 scoop of each, 1 scoop of the other,
yes.
And then do I mould it together?
Yes, I can show you if you like. Would
yes,
you like me
please.
To?
That would be wonderful.
So over on here, I've got.
Do you want to use mine?
No, because it's quite. I think we'll use the one
to be manipulated already.
I've got this one. It's open already.
Okay.
It'd be a shame to open another one. So we've got it comes in a white tub, and it comes in a blue coloration.
What does it smell like? Does it smell nice?
It doesn't
I
smell
always
too bad,
have to know what things smell like.
Have a smell. It's actually not too bad. It smells okay.
I can't smell anything. It's good, it's fine. Yeah, I have to smell it.
Might be my perfume actually, so it smells lemony.
It smells nice, I like
lemony
it.
perfume on. So with your 2 scoops, I've got like a little collection of shells to use, but you can use any, honestly, anything around the house. I've used, for some of the pieces, I used some of Jack's toys, which was a seahorse and a starfish. I just used plastic child's toy and put it in, and they come out really well.
Boy Jack, who's 4?
Jack, yes, he's 4, who went to the Royal Cornwall show yesterday and loved it.
Did he?
Yeah, so I'm just going to take a spoonful of that out with the blue spoon and seal it up, and a spoonful of the white out.
So equal amounts of each, and it's easy to do.
Yes, try not to put it back, don't put any blue back in the white or white back in the blue, because
it'll start to harden.
If you start maybe rolling it and then rolling it around with both hands, and just try and keep them separate while you're just measuring them out.
Okay, so you're doing what
vaguely
now?
the
Put them
same.
Together?
Yeah, so I've just basically got the 2 that are quite similar amounts. I'm just going to cover that up so it keeps in the studio, and then take those out of the way and start. You've got to work quite quickly. So you've got your piece that you want to put in.
Yeah.
You've got to work fairly quickly, because this will start to harden within about 30 to 60 seconds of using it.
Okay.
So you have all your things ready that you want to. And actually, if you've got a big blob, you put loads and loads and loads of shells in at the same time, so you can make a sort of impression and then move and bring the clay off.
So plan it first, and then don't do what I would do and just get it out and go,
oh, where's my thing that I want to press? So then start mixing, and this is kind of fun. You sort of mix it together.
Massaging it into each other.
And so they say so it's no longer marble, but actually I've used it and it's slightly marbled. It's as long as you've got it really well mixed. So you can see I've just mixed it really well up, and then got it into a little sort of ball, and then press my shell into it.
I can't believe it dries so quickly. So it's it's probably the quickest moulding compound we've got. It's easy. You can use it with your fingers. It's not toxic or anything?
Well, it doesn't.
Doesn't smell it, does it?
I just would wash your hands afterwards. I just want to make sure that I haven't pressed it down too hard, too much at the back, because you don't want it too thin, but you want some flexibility in it. And say you've got another spare bit at the side, just shove another shell in on the side, so you've got
use of it.
Some value out of your there. So I got 3 shells out of that little piece.
So it actually, a little does go a very long way here.
Yes.
Out of a pot, you'd get quite a lot out of the one pot.
Yes, and these moulds I've used for years actually. So this is just a different colour, because it's a batch I bought a few years ago, and it's exactly the same product, it just got a different dye in it. It hasn't changed colour or anything. Fantastic. It's just a different dye. So these are ones I used to make some of the silver clay pieces from a long time ago, and it's still flexible.
If you're using a warm medium like your silver clays and stuff, oh no, you do it and then you fire it afterwards.
That I honestly don't know.
We'll find out.
I'd have to find out about that, because it didn't come in the instructions. I thought I wouldn't risk it because I didn't know. This is a really big piece I made with a scallop.
Wow!
So I've made a piece out of that, and it's big impact. And this is the size I wanted to make, but the shell is wonky. So I just thought I went for my symmetrical piece and got the shell, and that's the sort of imprint. And that again, I can use it again and again and again. Put it back in the box, and you've got that mould forever.
So it's stuff you definitely would recommend to anybody out there that's looking for a moulding compound, or that perhaps has got loads of things that they want to make into moulds. This would be perfect.
Yes, and some quite deep pieces. Yes, we're going to use this with polymer clay, but I don't know whether you want to put a polymer clay piece down. I don't know, you probably could actually, just impress onto it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. If you can make impressions from things you've already done out of polymer clay. I think, so it would work with most of our mediums, wouldn't it?
Charms, objects around the house that you'd like to just make something out of and use the pattern on it. You know, it's brilliant.
So if you've got a pattern that you love, 50 of these have been allocated, did you just say?
It's not hard yet.
$34.95. It does come with gloves, but as you just saw, Rachel didn't use her gloves. ZFA C24. What about the value at $34.95?
Basically, a pot goes a long way. I made an awful lot of moulds out of it, and again, I probably wasted the edges of here. I could have put extra other things in, you know, in this piece. So I could make. I made, I don't know, just all these moulds from, you know, from the pot. So,
oh my gosh, this is outstanding value for money then.
And so I think that just says it all. I mean, I was able to make loads of pieces to make from it, and I've always got them now. And I can repeat exactly the same pattern, exactly the same shapes, and these complex, beautiful patterns that Mother Nature gives us. And you've got to mould to work with. That's not hard enough yet. It's starting to harden.
It's not long, is it, in the process? Now, I've had a question. Is this good for pushing polymer clay into? That's in fact what we're doing. It's perfect for that. And then you bake it afterwards. £34.95. Wonderful, wonderful value. Let's get on with Rachel's wonderful designs. We've got lots of text, don't worry, we will be having a Q&A section with Rachel. I'm not going to disturb her too much right now because I know that you're going to want to learn from Rachel. So we will do a section at the end of this segment for Q&A. So get those in as soon as you can if you want your question to be included in that, about just near to hour. Now the kit on your screen, $27.90. Okay,
right,
Rachel.
Just quickly, I just wanted to show you the arrangement of the Skinner blend that I used to make this landscape.
Thank you.
We won't be going through this, but can you see I've just arranged strips of, if I take it off, strips of the gold and the ecru with a bit of white, some blue and navy blue and other things all along in stripes, and then run it through as a Skinner blend.
Which way do I fold a Skinner blend?
Well, I'll just show you that, just so you got it.
Because that's the thing I always get confused. I can do the layering and then I'm like, oh, I've forgotten which way I fold it.
Yeah. Well, you fold it same colour to same colour. So in fact,
okay, so
what I'm
don't sandwich it over so that the beige is on the blue. Keep it.
No, always.
Fold it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep the white on the outside because I really want to see how that's blending. So we'll run it through a couple of times.
So you fold it and then you run it through. This is just a very quick show of a Skinner blend. Now, Rachel's using the polymer clay roller, which is available on our website, all the w's.jewellerymaker.com. And what number are you starting at,
I'm
Rachel?
always setting it through on 1 because I just want it to run through fairly thick.
Okay.
And here, oh dear, it's come through a bit odd, but really, we don't want it to come out like that. But and then fold through to the same colour to the same colour. I think what it was, it caught on one edge of the roller first, and then don't worry, you want it to be fairly rectangular. What it is, I fed it in through one because I've got it the wrong other way around. So I normally have it, and I'm left-handed, so everything's wrong.
And you can see it starting.
Yes, and you can see it starting to blend together. Yeah. Keep it going. It's starting to. Don't worry about that. Okay, and then you can stop it at any stage.
So just continue on like that
until, thanks Jenny, until you feel you've got the landscape you want, because some of this beautiful frost white, it disperses in a totally different way to the other. It's starting to starting to form.
Yeah, you can see it now. You can see it starting to form.
And it's forming a sort of froth across it, and that's because the frost white disperses in a totally different way to the other clays across. And I like it because it's slightly crumbly and it creates these wonderful effects. I'll stop there, but you've got an idea of what we're creating.
Yeah.
So you can cut that and form your beachy landscape with your crashing wave there as well.
I love it.
I just went on a bit further to create that one, but you can see how I've cut it. You can cut it in a circle now, for example, and make
Yeah, I love it. So just using that technique with the skin blend, don't forget we're on YouTube, so you can watch this show after on YouTube and just sort of stop it, absorb the information, start it again if you want to. I know we've sort of rushed through that, but it's just we desperately wanted to give you as much information as we can.
It's the one I'm actually going to be doing, so I just wanted to show you that as well. And, right, I'm just going to get some of these bits and pieces out.
Okay, I've got a question. Can you use the compound to make moulds for enamel? Jewel enamel, yes, it works with jewel enamel, doesn't it?
Again,
I'm sure it does.
I'm too stupid to know.
I think Liz has used this for jewel enamel.
Yes, whether it works with the heat. Yeah, please ask Liz, and I'm really sorry
If
because
we'll
I haven't
ring
used
upstairs.
with it.
I'm sure that you can use it, but yeah, we're just finding out for absolute.
So sorry to be so
No. Right, we're going to get out all the pieces that Rachel's got. We have got some more text messages as well. So in fact, while Rachel's doing that, we'll read through some of the text messages for you. So keep them coming. I am going to do a Q&A at the end. So if you've got any questions for Rachel, then get them through as soon as you can. Deborah in Somerset says, wow, 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 you've done it again, Rachel, and you've blown us away with your designs. I feel so inspired by you. Big hugs, Deborah in Somerset.
Thank you.
Every time you think that she can't possibly do any more, and she lets that cat out of the bag. Rachel, you're a total inspiration and so talented. I feel honoured learning from you. Thank you. And that's from an anonymous web commenter. And then I've got more. They just keep on coming. Make sure you're texting in or doing this on the website. So, okay, so we're ready for the next one?
Yeah, sorry.
Deborah in some... Oh, no, we've done that one. He's going to... They're all panicking. We have got, hang on a minute, there we go, Jenny in West Midlands. What a delight, Rachel and Jenny all afternoon, sitting, weaving a wire cuff while I watch. Love to you all, Jenny in Moseley. Love back at you, Jen. And I've got one from Remadevi who says, Rachel, your wire work is breathtaking, always a joy to watch. I am desperate to recreate this from Rima.
Oh,
Rima,
brilliant.
just wait, because we're doing it all. Samina, Lady Norris, you are ridiculously fabulous. I love you, Samina. You're fab.
Thank you.
Julie says, hi Jenny and Rachel, wow, 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 you blow my mind with your creativity. Beautiful, brilliant show. Humble Julie. We've got about 1,000 of those for you. Now, get your questions through.
Right, well,
okay, are we ready?
First of all, quickly, if you're using the compound, sometimes you have to put a tiny bit of layer of this on as well, by the way.
Where'd you get that from? What is it?
It's in the silver clay kit.
Oh, the little balm in the silver clay kit.
Yes,
So something like that, like a barrier cream.
Can rub it on, and you can rub it on the mould and help it come out more easy, especially with silver clay if you're using it with silver clay.
Okay, that one, yours is called Badger Balm.
Oh, yes.
Where did you get that
from? It's the same stuff. I think I probably just had it.
It's nice.
Yes, it's the same stuff as you have in the silver clay kit. So with this wave, crashing wave across the sand, I wanted to create something that you could almost have translucency to, just as the wave is. You can see the sand through underneath.
Yeah.
So that's why I've used a translucent clay here.
And that comes in your kit, Rachel,
in the kit. Everything comes in it. And we've got translucent, the lovely turquoise, the denim blue, and the navy, and the sort of darker blue.
Yeah,
just
like
basically,
a lapis blue, isn't it?
And I've done sort of squares and triangles to start to create a large skinner blend. And we've seen the skinner blend being formed, so what we're going to do now...
So you did the same, you folded colour to colour, and you kept bringing it through until you were happy.
Until I got that sort of skinner blend there. And we've got enough then to work with to create, start to create a blend through for the wave. I'm going to take that off. Grease with baking paper. I've used the whole roll.
Is that a good thing to have on to hand when you're working with polymer clay? I suppose
it's
it is,
great,
isn't it?
because it keeps it in shape. And I made these a week ago, and they're really still conditioned. You see, because last thing you want is everything. I mean, that was just made a week ago. You want to have it, keep it flexible. So I just keep it in layers and layers of this stuff. Baking.
Just greaseproof paper.
Yeah, greaseproof paper. In the boxes, and it keeps it really flexible.
Such a good idea. So in fact, if you did your skinner blend on one day, if you had a spare hour, and then went back to the project the next day, you know, we are all busy. It's great to be able to store it.
You can keep your canes stored in it in the boxes as well. Just keeps them apart, stops them sticking together, and keeps them from just losing their the chemicals, I don't know, they leached out sometimes the chemicals, and you just don't want it drying out really. So I've done a whole load of the frost white and the Skinner blend.
With the kit, so please don't worry.
So what I want to do is I'm going to create sort of a lump of colour.
I can't believe what you create out of this, because it looks like literally you've just...
become that,
look
hopefully.
Look what happens. Can you see? Can you just show it to Kaz?
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful?
That's going to become
Isn't
that,
it wonderful?
hopefully, if I get it right. So just don't be upset if I get it wrong, in case I forget what I did. So starting off, I want...
it's not complicated.
No.
You can even do this as a beginner. It might be an idea to get the basic polymer clay DVD just to familiarise yourself, but actually just watch this intently, and I think you'll have the confidence to do it.
Now I've started off with the double thickness of the frost white, because I want to keep that base quite thick.
Have you run that through the roller?
Yes.
Yes. Number one, yeah?
On one to get it really well conditioned. And then I'm just going to stick on a kind of middle bit, because I want to create some of these real eddies and changes in the wave. So it looks a bit odd, but it's going to be random. This is going to be random. And then what I'm going to do, so I've got that ready, is fold this Skinner blend that we made into a kind of foldy.
So you're rippling it?
Yeah, just to sort of concertinaing it up, so that I've got it. Again, it doesn't have to be too perfect, because
Can we just show that to Kaz?
We're going to reduce it down.
So just rippled.
Yeah.
In
like
a concertina.
Yeah, like that. It doesn't have to be too perfect at all. And then I'm going to cut it into two for the minute, because I just want to...
Long ways.
Yeah, because I just want to use a chunk of it. Oh, I've used the wrong blade. Sorry, you need
the flexible blade?
No, you want the least flexible blade. This
okay.
is the more rigid one. Again, don't worry about it. So I'm going to take a chunk of that, fit it in the middle, and start to build up a bit of wave. I want that translucency, so that's the bit I really want to work with, like that. Now we've just got, I suppose, just two areas and two upright areas of white at the moment, and that's a bit boring. So you want to make a few more shapes within the wave, because you've got these eddies of white and ripple through. So I'm going to cut down, and again this is going to be random. Bit of white here, and put a bit of white on. Again, you can tear it. It just, you just putting bits of paper, bits of white on. It's nothing too precise at this stage.
How did you think this up?
I looked at the wave and thought, how does it look? And then tried to make it in polymer clay. That's all I did. That's all I did.
Why doesn't my brain work like this? We've got an important question actually about a Skinner blend. Okay. Sandra says, Rachel and Jen, fab show, been waiting all week. Can you tell me what a Skinner blend is and why is it called that? I'm glued.
It's the Skinner is the lady who invented it, and that's again all I know, because again I've learned all my polymer clay from Debbie, and so when I listen to Debbie, that's the information I'm picking up. So again, if I haven't given any more information, Debbie is the absolute expert. I've done everything that I know. All these are techniques that Debbie has taught me over the years.
She's a wonderful teacher, isn't she?
Yes,
now the
absolutely.
Skinner blend, Sandra, remember, if you rewind back, if you watch this afterwards, Rachel showed you how to put a Skinner blend through, and a Skinner blend will give you an effect like this. So a blend of colours by layering, using layers of polymer clay to create that fusioning from one colour into the other. That's what a Skinner blend is, and if you want to know how to do that, just rewind the show on, it's Judith Skinner, 1996.
Thank you, thank you.
I was sweet 16 in that year.
Mine's 96.
Yeah.
Gemma was born, she's 18 now. There we are, there we are. So I've made another one just with a little slice through, like diagonally, and then I'm just going to stick it in, and then fold this up so it's on the other side. And I've made quite a wide one, but can you see the general effect that we're going to get, start to affect? So then what we're going to do is just reduce it, and reduce it. And again, these are all techniques that Debbie has shown us over the years.
So you're just squeezing.
Just make sure you keep the white at the bottom, and then reduce and pull.
So hang on, you're getting it and you're
just pulling it out.
Pinching and pulling it, yeah?
Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is cut it in half. I hope this works. I hope this works now. And we're going to start to form that C. I haven't quite got enough translucent down there. Just make sure that you get more translucent down on that edge, because I just want the whole the whole thing to look translucent.
It's wonderful.
I'm pulling it out. Just make sure you get more translucent at the base, because you can get then the ecru shows through and becomes part of the.
That's the sand, isn't
yes,
it?
the ecru is the sand, and that will show through that translucent just as a real wave does.
While Rachel's doing that, you have a look at the finished piece once more so that you know what we're creating. We're creating, you know how the foam goes over the sea when it crashes? That's what we're creating by doing this. Isn't the effect mesmerising? It's all polymer clay. It's all polymer clay. Martha just came in and went, is that all polymer clay?
Yeah.
It's insane. Have a look. Martha's our executive
I've cut it
producer.
again. It's Jenny. It's gonna look better.
Oh, look.
And then you can just put it together, and it's become that wave.
Oh
you
my
see?
gosh,
And that's the sort of effect.
It's wonderful.
So I'm pleased with that, thank goodness.
Breathe.
It was a bit of a gamble.
It's so nerve-wracking when you've got. I didn't realise Hannah Osborne said to me yesterday that designers all get nervous before a designer inspiration show because there's so much demoing and they're worried.
And there's so much to remember because I've got to, well, there's so much, and this is a medium that I don't work with that often, and you know, it's such good fun to be able to do this just occasionally. You know, it really is.
Just something different. Now I'm going to remind you what's in the kit. For $27.90 you get all the colours that Rachel's using. Now we only have 37 depleting now remaining. You get everything you need to create what Rachel's created. You get, I'm going to give the wire later, but you don't have to have the wire to create the pendants. You do get the shells in there as well. You do get the gem art. You do get 8 colours of polymer clay. You do get 2 strands of picture jasper. You do get a phenomenal price tag of $27.90. We've only got 27 left. Don't forget you got the 3 sterling silver shell beads in there as well. What are you up to?
Well, we need to show everyone the wonderful polymer cake cutters.
The Fat Daddy-Os. Yeah, have we got those? I'm just going to run and get them. I don't know why I had to do a sound effect to running.
You could have shown mine off.
I could have. My brain's not as good as yours. Fat Daddy-O cutters. Why Fat Daddy-O cutters?
Again, this is something that a product that Debbie has brought to JewelleryMaker, and I love them actually. They cut really well. You can bake them in the oven.
Yeah, they're heat-proof.
Yes, they're heat-proof. You can bake shapes on them. They have no seam. Again, that's what Debbie, all the things that Debbie has said. And
so you don't get that little
clean cut.
Yeah.
And when you cut, also, as Debbie has said, when you cut down, it brings the design down around the piece, and you get a beautiful, smooth, finished edge. It's absolutely beautiful. And again, if you want to make a box, a shape, you could make a circular box shape and bake it in the oven. And be making your little boxes with the lid on, for example.
Perfect. You can make polymer clay little trinket boxes. These are the cutters of choice. Both you and Debbie would choose to use these against any other round cutters.
Big cutters. I mean, they are big.
They're big, and they go. You've got all the different sizes in there.
I mean, huge sizes you can come up to, and again, the potential. For use of these, again, I haven't even explored the potential. There's just so much to
much scope
you could go with. Yes, I mean, I think Debbie Gemma's design in polymer clay the other day, the space age design with the
I didn't see it.
with the kind of bubble effect, and
was it amazing?
Yes, it was amazing, and so these circles would work really well for cutting her design out as well.
Fat Daddy-O cutters, $14.95. You get 9 in this box. And they go from 20 to 100 millimeters. 9 in the box. They're totally heat proof. They can be put in the oven. They can be worked with baking as well as with other mediums. It doesn't just have to be jewellery making. For an absolute crafty stash essential. The cutters of choice, both Debbie and Rachel and guest designer Sammy has just bought these. I think it says a lot when our guest designers buy directly from us as well. It does, doesn't it? Great price, great pieces to give the perfect effect. So you've got the Fat Daddy-O cutters.
I have.
You've got your, what colour was that? That wasn't the.
That's the ecru. Again,
I thought was that the ecru.
There's one of the pieces I've used the gold in the background. So if you see
this one, you have as well, haven't you?
And I'm going to go behind you. I'm very sorry.
No.
That one. I've used the gold as the main background, and the other pieces I've used the ecru to show you the difference. I mean, they are beautiful. Both have their place. And the gold has this wonderful mica iridescence in it.
Yes, it has. Is it mica that's in there?
I think it must be a lot of mica powder in there. They mix it in, and sometimes you can create these effects by pressing into it, and you can create almost a marble in the mica. You can create a kind of pattern in the mica powder itself within the clay. You don't have to add anything. It's a beautiful, that particular colour is a lovely colour. So
effective. And of course the shells we've made previously out of the moulding compound. Now the moulding compound has been very popular. If you want to be able to make what Rachel's made, you need the moulding compound. We'll get those details for you in a tick.
Sorry to grab that, because I just need to get the sizes of the ones I use.
Okay, you keep that over there if you want to, and then I'll put that one there.
Now, next thing we're going to do is cut this. Oh, and I got that, that's fine.
Have you got everything?
More or less. The other thing I needed was liquid polymer clay, but we don't have to use it. But
what do we do with it?
It doesn't matter.
Liquid polymer clay?
No, we don't have it on the, we do sell it, but we don't have it at the moment.
So it's not in stock at the moment, but no. we do have it now and then.
You can get away without using it, but if you've got it, it's really useful.
Okay, so your liquid polymer, you've put yours in a big old tube there.
Yes, if you've got it, it's really useful.
Yeah.
But if you don't, we can make the piece without it.
Okay. Yeah, it's not in stock, unfortunately, at the moment.
But if you
hopefully.
Yes, I'm sure. I know Joanne will bring it in again.
Can we ring and find out when that's expected to be in stock again? The liquid Sculpey clay, and then I can let you know at home.
Right, what we're going to do is just cut a little circle with one of the smaller cutter circles, and then just smooth it around my fingers. And what I should have done, got a bowl. I'm just going to put some of the, this is a bowl I used actually for baking the pendant on as well.
Oh, because it'll sit nicely.
And it's really, you just find a bowl like a Pyrex bowl or something, you can bake your pendant on it to give it a curve.
That's a good idea.
I baked it on in the oven.
What a great idea.
So a little bit of this goes in, and you can keep it, and you can tip it back in afterwards. So again, if you've got liquid polymer clay, put some on, but you don't have to. I'm just going to...
There we go. You're just dabbing and it sticks to the wet clay.
It'll stick in. And you have to handle it a little bit carefully afterwards to stop it from falling off.
Look, and it gives that granular effect.
It just looks like sand. But be careful now not to overhandle it, because it will drop off. If you've got the liquid polymer clay, just a little smear of it will help it stick a bit better.
To stick on. We're just finding out whether, I do believe there's a call coming in right now. Let's have a look. So you've created that beachy style.
Yes, and I'm just going to create a kind of base for it. So if I'm...
So we're doing the surround for it now.
Yeah, surround for the
Here's
piece.
what we've done here. And then what Rachel's created now is the surround around that, which I then guess we're going to put the seascape over the top as well.
I've just done a double thickness of level 1.
Double thickness, level 1 clay in a crew on top of one another.
That should be, again, this has been in grease with paper, so it's a little bit crinkly, but again, you'd expect a nicer finish than that.
Okay.
Lay that on, and then use a larger cutter, and then...
This is a great thing, isn't it, about those cutters?
We're going to put some waves on first.
You're going to do that first?
Yes.
Okay.
So because actually...
And then when you cut it, it'll cut around it, won't it?
I used this one I made actually, which would be quite nice. We're going to have some fun now and create a wave. So, nicer bit might be a slightly larger bit, so I'm going to just cut down with my higher grade stiffer cutters.
I'm going to give you those cutters as well in a mo.
I'll go straight for this actually. Now I'm going to cut a sort of, I don't know, it's about 4 or 5 millimetre thickness of
about 4 mil, you reckon?
Yeah, maybe a bit more, because you can roll it, you see, out to create the effect. So put that to one side.
You can really feel it coming together now. And don't you feel a lot more confident that you could actually do this? Don't you think? You know how you look at something and you think, 0 chance I'm going to be able to do that. It's just about knowing. Once you know, you can do.
So I've got that sort of chunky thickness. I'm just going to roll it out a little bit to create a little bit of, can you all see that?
Yes.
Yeah, just rolling it out a little bit. Only in the direction of the actual kind of...
Now you're putting more pressure on the end there.
Yeah, just like that. And I'm just creating a sort of...
slope.
Yeah, slope. And then, using the cutter, bring it up. And I'm going to start to form... I don't want this wave to look straight across. I want it to have a curve. It wouldn't do
that naturally, would it?
You know, you have different thicknesses in the sand, so I'm going to just bring it up to make a curve, pull it round to make a curve, first of all.
And you're just doing that by manipulating the clay with your fingers.
Pulling the clay a little bit. And again, you've got so many slices here, you can have a practice before actually putting it on the real thing. So I've got that, like so, and I'm just going to stick it down around.
Okay.
Next, we want a pokey tool to make the froth and the bubbles.
A pokey tool in the shape of an awl, or
one of these.
Aha, yes. An awl.
And then what I'm going to do is just you can do this before you actually put it on, if you like. But look how I'm just squishing the ends of the clay up to make. I don't know if I push it, turn it round. And I'm going to do it upside down, so I may not get it looking perfect.
Look at that. So you've probably got an awl in your larger kit.
Yes.
If you've got the one with a larger reamer in it, there's an awl in there which is perfect.
They're really useful tools for everything. And I'm just slightly rounding it with my fingers, but you can see getting that frothy edge. It doesn't matter if it lifts up a little bit, because that's what the wave is doing as it's running along the shore. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn it round because I want to create the bubbles. And you want to go in at an angle. Oh. Again, with the same tool. But I'm in at an angle, pricking up, and only going up the white, and you're going at an angle so that you're not doing straight down dabbings. You're actually creating that effect of a bubble just bursting, and that happens really at almost at an angle when you've got a wave is moving as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm overthinking it, but that's how I imagined it would be. You see, and I'm dabbing right at the edge of the water as well.
It's the attention to detail now that's important, but this is not by any means difficult.
No,
I don't think this is something
really.
that I would feel confident now, Rachel, having your instructions, actually having a go at this. I get the Skinner blend now. The only thing I had about a Skinner blend was my brain couldn't work out which way you actually had to fold it. Now I've got that. Oh wow!
And then we've now got a sort of frothy edge to and I just go up the white and not the other colour. You've got the translucency with the sand showing through, and you've got the feel of the movement of the water with those movements of the white.
It's fantastic.
So now we can put that down and use the larger cutter to cut down. Again, I've got to go over it just to place it properly. Bear with me.
Don't worry, so you can place it. Now your cutter, the blades are on the bottom of your screen. Sorry, I know they were bought at the top. They were at the. They're now at the bottom of your screen. $7.95 for the blades, flexi blades, one hard, one corrugated, and the finger guard as well.
So next thing you do, just push that down and then twist it slightly.
So what are you doing in terms of pressure here? You're
just
putting
quite a lot of pressure.
Yeah, quite a lot of pressure.
Quite a few layers of clay, and then you can pull this away before.
Peel it up.
Peel
that
it away.
Prevents it from sort of
pulling it away,
distorting when you take it out.
Try and save some of your clay. So literally, what I do is once I've finished that, you want to save that bit of clay. So
because we're going to use scrap clay, aren't we?
Yeah, just take that scrap clay away, and I can blend that into a bead or a pendant, and then that is saved for later and fairly intact. So try and save that out of the way. So I'll put that back out of the way for later. Now we've got this pendant. Now, sometimes what I do is use a larger pendant, larger cutter, and you can go round and just
make it a bit more,
just rounds the edges for you.
So buffer them a little bit, yeah.
Yes, that's one way of doing it. Or if you feel confident, lifting up, by cutting underneath, and then just smoothing around with your fingers. But you can see that's working now as a sandy beach with a wave going over it. Next thing we've got to do is make the shells. So we're going to put some shells on top of that.
Okay, so we've previously done our moulding compound,
Which I'll show you.
and we've made our own moulds.
I'm just going to lift that out.
This is the one we made earlier.
Yes.
It's all ready to go now.
Yes. Yes, it is. You've got a little Cleary shell in there. You've got I'm just going to be careful. There we are, that imprint there. That's beautiful.
Have a look at the compound. Look at this.
And the other shell. So 3 shells are popped in, and that's how it's worked. So that's lovely. It's beautiful. I'll be able to use that. I'm not going to use a big shell though on this piece, but this shell I use to make individual beads for some of the necklaces in the next designer inspiration. I'll try to follow through the subject and theme so you can use the same techniques in both, you see.
Okay.
There's so much to cover. I'm just going to take some of these moulds and we're just going to make a couple of shells. I just wanted to show you some of the techniques to make some of the shells here. With the Cleary here, I put it the other way round so you can see the actual kind of the opening of the shell.
Yeah.
And that's the piece I'm going to use to make one of the pieces.
Where did that go? There we go. Yeah. That one there.
Yeah.
See, so you get that little opening, and that's how we identify that particular shell by
Yes,
that,
with
isn't
that
it?
lovely Cleary. Right, grab anyone, it doesn't really matter. Now, bear with me, I'm just going to get the next bit of the...
Well, I'm going to give everybody the wire while you grab that. The wire that you need, and we are going to work with it, and we're going to have the large wire cone, the maxi cone as well. You are going to get 0.4 antique bronze. You're going to get 2 of those. Is that right, Danny? Then you're going to get 1 mil, 10 meters, and then you're going to get 0.8, 100 meters of 0.8 millimeter wire. So altogether, so you've got 10, 20, 30, 130 meters of wire. So 0.8, 2 lots of 0.4, and you've got a 1 mil as well. At $36.30, your original price tag is already very competitive, and I actually think you're getting super value there too, but we're bringing it down for you. UYGC86 is your item code. All yours at the crazy price tag of just $24.95. When we give you deals like this on wire, the best advice I can give you is to snap it up as soon as you can. You do still have your 30-day money-back guarantee. Let's see where Rachel has used the wire. Look at this. I'm going to give you Rachel's DVD a little bit later as well. I know you've been asking for it. I'm going to give you the maxi cone as well when we get to that point. Rachel's going to show you how to use the maxi cone. And again, here's that seascape here.
There we are, ready to go.
Now, do you use the maxi in the second kit or the first one?
I've used it in this one, so do you want to quickly show one of the components?
We'll do what we were doing, and then we'll do that afterwards.
Because I can just show you that quick. It's a quick
Thank
demo,
you,
so that's fine. So to start making the shells, I was thinking, how do shells? You know, they've got these little stripes, and again,
they have,
this is a technique that again Debbie has shown for making other things when she uses it to make her Mukai techniques. It's one of those. So I've done
sandwich it together.
Sandwich layers of translucent, ecru and a gold.
Yeah.
Ecru and translucent in that one.
It looks like sushi.
Yes. And this one, it's slightly thinner layers. I've done it on layer 2 maybe. These are all layer 1 and this is layer 2 with a layer 1 of black in, you know, just as a variation to form a different stripe.
We're referring number-wise to the polymer clay roller, by the way.
Yes, sorry. And then when you pass them through the roller, they come out like that. So I'm just going to quickly show you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Like that, what
Pin
they do.
stripes,
yes,
Rachel,
yes,
aren't they?
yes. So you can use that to make wood techniques and
that
things
looks like
that.
pyjama stripes. I love it.
Imagine different colours and make it, because the Mukai technique then extended.
It's
I know that people have
fantastic.
used it to make wood techniques as
Yeah,
well.
I can see that,
These are all techniques we've seen before. We're just using it in different
ways. This is wonderful.
So I'll put this one through just to show you what it'll come out as. So I put it through the roller.
Okay. Polymer clay roller is available on our website at the moment. The deal on the screen right now is this desk. It's such a silly desk. You're getting a lot, 130 metres. I know. So, do you know what?
And then that's come through. That's on the setting one. And then you just basically layer it.
Do you cut it in half and layer it back onto
Yes,
each
you
other?
just layer and layer and layer until you build up your...
Are you cutting it long ways or across ways?
I've done it long ways first.
Yeah.
And then I can cut it crossways. I'll get rid of that bit. I don't need that bit. And then you can chop it back and start to layer it. You see what's coming up now? A nice little layer. And again, chop it again, because sometimes you want shells that have got quite a bit of width on them.
Why does polymer clay always look like food to me?
Oh, I think it does look like you want to eat it. I wish you could, but you can't. And Debbie is like a polymer clay magician. She's like sleight of hand, you know. I think
I want to do this with food. I want my food to look this good when I cook and when I bake.
It's like being a magician or a croupier, and one of those ones that can deal it out. And oh my goodness, there it is. It's just magic, actually.
It is. Imagine sugar crafting like this. I mean, it would be. You probably could do it, Rachel.
Oh, well.
You a baker?
I could make the little roses and things like that. That'd be nice. Oh, yeah. But,
you do a good birthday
but I
cake.
prefer to wear them, so I can't wear a cake around my neck. So.
You could make an edible necklace. I'd beg to differ. I think we should fusion that. Edible jewellery. That's what I want. Yes. Can you imagine?
You could. I think this is what we're going to use is one of these little cowrie shells first of all. So I'm going to do a little sliver.
Right, how are you cutting that? We got the cutters for you, by the way. They're $7.95 today.
I'm using the stronger of the two, the firmer of the two cutters.
Oh, you're slicing.
Just cutting a little slice because I'm going to put that into the. Be
careful with your fingers.
Yeah, I'm cutting towards my fingers, which is really you're not meant to, but there we go.
It's easier to cut that way.
I think
though,
my fingers
have got
my fingers don't care anymore now.
My fingers have given up on me.
She's not going to look after me, so there we go. They just like that. So we've got a little bit of stripes.
You can see how that would work as a wood effect, you know, Rachel.
Exactly.
Already,
you just put knots in with other canes through. You can make a beautiful wood effect. I know that I can't remember whether it's Anne or Fiona has done wood before.
I think it was Anne. Yes. I think it was Anne.
Anyway, so pop it into the cowrie shell with the stripes across, and then press down. And just the only thing you've got to do is try and stop the stripes splaying. If the polymer clay in my case has been sitting around, it might not be completely conditioned, so it's not sticking together. Can you see how I've got a little split in it? You want to avoid that happening, so try and press it down so there's no split. Fold it over.
The folds are going up and not being seen, so don't panic too much.
It looks a bit of a mess now, but when you
this
again,
moulding
it might look a mess.
It doesn't look a mess. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, let's hope it works. And when you bring it out, it does. Unfortunately, it's splayed a little bit, but you want those stripes to look fairly uniform. You've got a little shell shape, and what you do now is I'm going to use some flexible. Don't worry. Just put a little bit of pattern on it. It's not perfect, to be honest. It's splayed its little stripes, which again, that's because the clay has been sitting around. Normally, these little stripes would stick together because they would. All I've done is squish my fingers. You can see them together. Now take the more flexible of the blades, and these blades are indispensable for working with polymer clay. They're absolutely wonderful. I've got quite a few sets of them actually.
Blades are coming up on your screen just in a mo. They're $7.95 and they're essential.
I'm just trimming round the little shell to get rid of the edges from the mould. Okay, just little chops and trimming, and then using my fingers just pushing in at the base. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is take pokey tool. Again, if I had liquid polymer clay, I'd apply a dab to the base of this.
On that note, actually, liquid polymer clay isn't available in the UK at the moment. So we're having something different called Bacon Bond.
Oh, brilliant. So that does the same.
It does the same thing, brilliant. And it's coming, it'll be here within the next 2 weeks.
Oh, fabulous. Get some of that because it'll just make things a bit easier. But to be honest, what you need to do is scrape a little bit of the clay, of the sand away.
Is that so it adheres better?
Yeah, so, and just scrape it away.
If I don't have that liquid clay,
this is what you do. You can stick it just like this. It'll work. Okay. Don't worry.
Are you creating a texture for it to stick to?
Yes, and a little space for it to stick on.
Okay.
And then just scraping it away and then sticking it on my fingers. And I just have to stick a little bit harder with your fingers, okay? And it's stuck. It has stuck. But with the liquid, if you do have that, it just makes the job a little bit easier.
Fine.
Now we're going to add a bit of texture to the shell because, again, with auto manipulation, you might lose some of the texture. So, pressing down with the pokey tool, I'm just going to create a bit of a deeper impression to that shell. This is where you just have to be a bit gentle. Next, using a blade, I'm just going to very gently, if you can see, you might have to really just slightly just cutting little lines into the shell to create a line. It works really well on the black polymer clay. Again, I've got the black polymer clay piece in the next DI, which will show you the texture that I'm doing here shows up beautiful with gleam. And so we'll show you how to really show this texture that you're creating up with the gleam on the black, and you'll see that difference. Then with the pokey tool, and again, I need to press really hard. I'll show you a little bit more how to just do little dots, just as a shell does, and that's lifting up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is use this tool and just push down around the edge of the shell to help it adhere. So again, that's another thing you can do. Just push with the tool. Again, I'm left-handed.
It's wonderful.
Around the shell to help it adhere into place. And again, you just press it into place, and it will work. Just make sure you scrape enough sand away.
People are asking, where do they get shells from if they live in the city?
Right, you can get them online. If you just Google in.
What about that
Google in
auction site?
Small bags, small packet of seashells. You can pick them up for £1 or £2, and you get loads and loads of different shells.
Really, that's a good idea.
Small shells, and if anyone has a problem, I can send them a link, because I was looking as well to see if you can get them. They are easy.
And you live right next to the beach.
Yes, I mean these are treasures. These are individual shells picked up by my children, and they're almost like little keepsakes, because each one has been found by a child and brought to me as a mother.
Do you have a little beach that's really private near your house?
Yes, we do. Well, we do. There's a special one in between. Now everyone will go there.
Yeah, don't tell us.
Special one that we go to, and we can almost guarantee that we're going to have it to ourselves in the weekday. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's like little cove. I've got it on my website. If you have to look at my website, you'll see the picture of that cove.
Where in Cornwall do you live?
Very near in Wadebridge, and it's very near, in between Padstow and Rock.
It was Padstow, yeah.
Yes, and that's where we live. But yes, my father and my family were brought up into Brethwick, you see. So the beach I know is into Brethwick. It's my favourite place. Whenever I'm troubled, I go there, and the troubles go away, and it's beautiful. Yes. Shall we show you another shell?
I want to live by the sea. I'm coming to live with you. Imagine if I turned up. I'm moving in.
You can come and stay. I'd love you to come and stay.
No, I'm moving in. If I come, I'm never leaving.
And so I'm going to take another slice, quite a thin slice, and we're going to make another shell, just to fit next to it, because we've got two shells, a space for two. If you are frightened about making these shells, and don't be frightened, but if you are frightened, use the silver shells that come in the kit, and in the same way that I embedded those butterflies, remember how I embedded the butterflies in the last DI I did, embed those shells with a bit of wire through into polymer clay, and they will embed really well, and you just have to put little bits of stone.
So you put wire in them?
Yes, that's wire through, and then you embed the wire through.
Do you wiggle the wire so it's got some purchase?
It has a little sort of like that, and then you dig it into the clay.
Oh, like you did with the butterflies.
Exactly the same as with the butterfly.
And that's on the birthday DVD.
Not on the butterfly. It's
the butterfly earrings on the birthday DVD, aren't they?
No, no. I did those.
Were they there when we filmed our DVD?
So it's my last appearance. And again, if you need to know,
is that out yet? Is our new DVD out yet?
No. It
should have been today, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it might be soon. Next time I'm on. And then just if you've got any wire showing, just put a pebble next to it and hide it. Again, I don't know, we've got time to show you that, but we'll see. Put that to one side. We're going to show making one of the little cone shells. And the cone shell has lots of different spirals in it. So what I'm going to do is cut the stripes so we've got enough band width to fit along one of the bands of the cone shell. That's quite a, yeah, that one will do. I'll do it along the fattest band to start with and press it in, like so. And I've got a thinner one that will fit in the next one. And then pop a couple bit more at the top. And so it will hopefully create that effect of spirals. Again, pressing my fingers in and then folding the clay over, and if there's any scrap clay I tend to pop it in at the back just to press it in. This works best with your hands not too hot because I want the clay to be fairly firm as it comes out. And it comes out as a little spiral. You see the spiral?
No. Yeah.
It actually works, thank goodness. And then again, you've got the spiral with the layers. As long as you've lined up those little lines.
We're seeing it from the other angle.
With the spiral.
Yeah, there we go.
And again, I've got edges which I need to trim off, so I'll show you how to do that now. Because again, there's too much clay around it. So we're going to show you the trimming down.
While you're preparing for that, I've got some text messages. I know we said do you know, we just carried on. We didn't have a break or anything. Barbara says, "Hi all at JewelleryMaker. Delighted to see the talented Rachel and Norris. Her designs, as always, are out of this world. Rachel inspires us all." From Babs. Thank you, Babs.
Thank you.
Joanna in
Makes it all worth it. It really does when people do that.
Well, you're
Take
outstanding. You really are amazing. Oh, Joanna, you should be inspired by beautiful Norfolk. Just got back from the beach. Spent the afternoon doing a photo shoot of my jewellery. We should all live by the seaside. What are we doing? Oh, I didn't finish the rest of it. Gemstones are best in natural lighting. Anonymous, my clay has broken after being cured. How many times do I have to put the clay through the roller? Did I put it through too much?
Now, if you put it through and it's got a kind of frothy edge, it's
crumbly,
crumbly, it's not conditioned. When it starts to have a smooth edge, right, let me show you the difference. That's not quite conditioned. You can see it's still frothy.
Yeah.
Yeah, crumbly. And then when it's got a nice smooth edge, oh gosh.
So how does she do that? How does she condition?
You just got to make sure you move it around.
Get it warm?
Yeah, warm. I mean, you can see I'm really putting a lot. Some people sit on it, and they well, no, you don't want it too hot in case it starts to cook it. So
I know someone who put it in their bra for a couple of hours. Do you know that?
Body temperature, and you can see how when I put this through, it should have a nice smooth edge to it. And that's a conditioned piece of clay. Put it somewhere warm.
Yeah. Put it somewhere warm.
So that's not conditioned. It's crumbly at the edge, and that's conditioned.
Nice
and
smooth.
So
thank you.
There we go.
Hope that answers that one. I think we got another one as well.
Oops.
Sue says, "Hi Rachel and Jenny, fabulousness in what does that say? Incarnate."
5 minutes.
These designs are amazing. I can't see a blinking thing and I drive home. Congrats on your self-restraint today, Jenny. I didn't think it's possible. That was Daniel's favourite bit. Well, actually, yeah, I'm so inspired. You can tell I'm inspired, can't you? I just want to listen.
2 more shells.
Yeah.
And this is, I've trimmed the outside down of this. Again, make a little space. Pop this on. Again, you make a bit more space and a bit more time. And then squish it on, and then with a pokey tool,
tool,
is dots round, and dots along to add that detail that a shell would have. And then just go round the edge to stick it in. And then what I've done, this is rushed, a little bit more sand detail texture.
Oh, yes.
Okay, with a pokey tool. That's if you haven't got the picture jasper, but that picture jasper is ever so useful. I've used it to make on the beads on the necklace at the end. I rolled bits of ecru.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, here.
And then with the liquid polymer clay, I dipped it all. I rubbed it all around. Yes, and the bacon bond.
What do we call it? I've lost. Gem arts.
Yes,
that's
the
the word for it. Yeah.
Bacon bond or liquid polymer clay. Rolled it round in a jasper, baked it on pins, and then you've got to really glaze it to make sure that it all stays on. And 2 layers of glaze, and that makes those beads.
Glaze should be available on our website. Please check availability for that. Don't forget, we will have bacon bond in the next 14 days, so look out for that.
The last little bit is if you want to add little stones. You can either use
oh yeah, you've done the little pebbles, they're so cute. We've only got 4 of Rachel's kit left. You really must be quick. You really must. £24.95, there are 4 left. Have I lost the oxidised beads, they're saying to me. What did you do with them?
I've got some here. I've got a couple here.
We've got some here.
Those are beautiful. Oh my goodness. And you can imagine, I mean, if you weren't even going to use them in these designs, there's little earrings, they're beautiful.
Well, I've actually got them on their own as well, so because you would want to get as many as you can. You've used more than 3, haven't you?
I've used, and the copper ones, if you can get the copper ones too as well on the website, as well as the silver. They work well with you. If you're going to use copper wire in the same design.
So you've got 1.5 wire, which I love.
Yes.
Are you going to tune in for the twisted wire on Sunday?
I've seen a sample. Yes, I've seen a sample. It looks good. Really, really good fun.
We're gonna do that with Michelle on Sunday, so make sure you tune in. So we've got 3 of the shell that's been oxidised, so it gives that sort of medieval look to your jewellery, which I love. And you've also got 1.5 wire, 10 metres of that in silver, probably one of the silver and gold are the most popular colours. BVG C60, it should be just $17.90, which I think is so good because you've got sterling silver both on the wire and in the pendants. Sterling silver over copper with the wire, and then pure sterling silver there. Absolute sterling silver there on the shells. It's only £13.90 today. Our wire deal for 130 metres of antique bronze is fast flying out. £24.95 for 130 metres, £13.90 for your 1.5 and your shell beads that Rachel has used in most pieces. Actually, a lot of pieces have those lovely shells. They are so pretty, aren't they, Rachel? You can see here, actually, let's show you an example. There we go.
Again, that's a Skinner blend, and with all those colours. Again, that photograph is going to be up on the Facebook page with little stones. I just want to quickly show you.
You're showing us the little stones. Actually, you put them on, have you?
There's the stones on.
Did you just roll a bit of what colour?
And gold, and you can use ecru or any scrap clay. And then this is what it looks like when it's been baked and glazed. And then all you need to do is use a pokey tool. Sorry about this, I shouldn't keep saying that. And then make 2 little holes.
That's baked, yeah?
Yeah, it's baked.
Oh, you're not going to break it, are you?
No, because again, you make the holes like that. And then I have got the hand tool from the large tool kit with Dremel drill bits in. And that's how I do it.
Just drill it with those. So that's the larger toolkit. It's available on our website. Yes. I think it's $14.95, but it's a really good toolkit to go with this.
And if you've got Dremel bits, which we have sold, or you can get them from H-Base with tiny little mini drills, and you just put them in, and then you can just make. And this is gentle on the clay. It won't split it.
You can feel actually your pressure. Straight through.
And then you've got a really neat hole. Really, really, really neat hole. Again, just make sure you don't go too close to the edge, to be honest. And then through, and then you can put your bail on. The bail pictures, if we haven't got time to go through today, because I know we're running out of time, I can talk through the bail if you like, but the pictures are on the
website. We're going to go for a break, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to give you Rachel's DVD, and then we're coming back over to Rachel. We are going to bring you the large Y cone after the break. We've now got some information on you. If you'd like to join our polymer clay workshop for the day along with Debbie Bolford, I can highly recommend it, as can Rachel. She's a wonderful, wonderful teacher. She taught you a lot of things.
I've learned everything from Debbie, Fiona and Anne. Those are the techniques. Obviously, Debbie has been. I've been learning with her for years, along with her, like everyone else here. And all the techniques I've used are techniques that I've just adapted from techniques that she has shown and taught us.
Wonderful.
Yes.
We're going to give you the information on how to jump on that bandwagon, and we'll be back after this.
New to polymer clay? Then why not come and join guest designer Debbie Bolford and be introduced to this creative medium? Debbie will guide you through the basic techniques of creating bead shapes, canes, pendants, feature beads and much more. The full course includes black and white clay, a colour clay pack of your choice, use of all relevant tools, a buffet style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a visit to the Gemstone Museum and our shop. And all this for just $64.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker, bringing out the designer in you.
JewelleryMaker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. you have a question or query for JewelleryMaker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 6444 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com. Here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, we are happy to announce that our studio store is now open. If you attend any of our courses, you can now browse through special items, get exclusive discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Become an exclusive customer at the studio store. For more information on available courses and dates, please contact our call centre. The new studio store. The experience just got better. We all know having the right tools for the job is important, so we here at JewelleryMaker have designed a toolkit which includes all your essential pliers for jewellery making, including round nose and flat nose pliers, wire cutters, as well as a bead reamer, snips and tweezers. You've got everything you need for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
You're watching Designer Inspiration today on D-Day with the gorgeous Rachel Norris. Now, I promised you Rachel's DVD, and so I'm going to give it to you. Now, I'm going to give you a slight warning on this one. We do not have lots of them. Everything that's in stock is in today's show. Rachel Norris's, I would like to be giving you about 600 of these. I've only got 92. These will probably sell out today. Rachel Norris's DVD. We know Rachel. If you've never ever seen or heard of Rachel before today, let me assure you that Rachel is an award-winning jewellery designer. Of course, Rachel specialises in wirework. She does incorporate gemstones and polymer clay, of course, in lots of pieces, but this particular DVD concentrates, again, inspirations from nature, and this one is all about the water. We've got the fish, we've got the shells in here as well. I'll show you in a moment. Rachel has appeared, her work has appeared in the Victoria and Albert Museum. It's award-winning. She's had a BBC documentary made about her, and of course, she's a regular designer and one of my favourites. Here at JewelleryMaker, shouldn't have favourites, should we? Here's Rachel at work on the DVD. And this DVD is a couple, how long is the DVD?
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yes.
Is it one disc or 3?
3 discs inside. Yeah, 3 discs. And they go into it in step-by-step fashion to break down these, what seemingly looks complex into simple steps, and you can build up the piece. And someone already has made a beautiful carp. I can't say who because it's a present for somebody, and she's made it and it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So I can make these wonderful pieces with them. Rachel, and yes.
Sorry, Rachel. Rachel was displaying her jewellery there that's on the DVD. Here's that gorgeous lady. Now, the piece is actually in the studio today that you can create by watching this tutorial DVD. I've seen in that large craft store, tutorial DVDs go for quite a lot of money. Now, when I'm buying them, am I buying a DVD that's been put together, produced by an award-winning jewellery designer? You are now. Rachel Norris, have a look at the pieces you can hope to achieve. They're here live in the studio. Pieces that could make you a huge profit, perhaps. Pieces that could give you the most enormous sense of achievement. Feel proud that you have been able to create by following Rachel's very simple instructions to create some very complex pieces. Pieces inspired by nature. This is a step-by-step DVD. You can stop it and start it. It is multi-regional. I've got lots of you on the phone. We had just over 90 of these. I do expect this to sell out today. Please make sure you check out baskets. You do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Here is just a few examples of the wonderful pieces and the knowledge that you get from 3 hours, 3 individual discs put together by the wonderful, award-winning, multi-talented, fabulously inspiring Rachel Norris. I've got lots of you on the phone lines. Please do not forget to check out your baskets. It's a great gift for anybody crafty that you know. If you're tuning in today because Rachel is your favourite designer, then grab this DVD. We're going to give it to you at a phenomenal price tag. Don't forget our P&P is only £2.95 as well, £17.95. If you've already bought from us here today at JewelleryMaker, you're not going to have to pay any extra P&P. Now I'm going to ask Rachel all about her inspirations, what she hoped to achieve from this DVD. What can I learn, Rachel, from this DVD that I've not seen before?
Well, I'm leading everyone through with a series of DVDs with natural designs. With the first one we've got flowers and roses and dragonflies, and the next one is birds and butterflies, and this one was going towards the creatures of the water and sea. And I don't know, I also wanted to create some 3-dimensional pieces.
Yeah, with the shell, because that's 3-dimensional,
We're leading into 3-dimensional pieces, but they can still be worn on the body. So they are, I mean, the carp, for example, is a big impact, but can work on the body as a piece on its own. Again, this can be scaled down. You don't have to have it in a large, a piece as large as this, but this, I just wanted to be big impact so people can see how we can make these lovely 3-dimensional forms. And this is very similar to the gecko that went into the V&A. So some of the similar techniques and structures needed to make the gecko are incorporated into this carp. So that's what I've done there. And of course the abalone. Again, I just love that with the bubble necklace. It's such a fun design.
Look at that. And if you had Ali Defoy's abalone power shell the other day, you need to get this DVD. Look at that. It's ornamental, Rachel. It's so beautiful. And
again, the back is I try to make the back as beautiful as the front, so that you've got it just follows through to be able to assemble this. And you can put any cabochon into this, because you can use a circle or an oval, or anything can go into this shape. We can just fit it in. Showing the techniques in the DVD. And again, with the other shells, I'll put that back down. I've brought the sea turtle in because I wanted to bring some of that gizmo design, the sea turtle, into the DVD. And the 2 shells, the scallop and the spiral cone shell, smaller pieces again, but they're fun to make. And if somebody doesn't want to wear a huge necklace, a small little spiral shell, I wanted to make a smaller, more delicate design for people to wear that didn't want huge pieces. They can make these little pieces on their own.
Wonderfully inspiring. Who does not want to learn from an award-winning jewellery designer? Remember, Rachel's had her pieces displayed in the Victoria and Albert Museum. A place where Jacqueline Onassis' pearls were, a place where Audrey Hepburn's pearls were, and there, standing proudly, Rachel Norris's wirework gecko. You can learn from the skills of a master jewellery designer, Rachel Norris. Everyone's getting in on this, even Susan, our beading buddy upstairs, who is in today because I just saw her. She's up there. I'm telling on her, because aren't I? Susan, you're allowed to order from JM. Not even risking taking her staff discount. She's ordered through our website. She's going to be a nana soon. £17.95. Now, this DVD, if I haven't got the other 2, somebody wants to buy this, but is saying they haven't got the other 2, they haven't done anything like this before. Is it better to get the other 2 as well, or can I pick up?
It would be advisable in some ways, because I'll refer back to a technique, for example. But there's a lady called Nick who bought the DVD and was able to work from it quite happily on her own, because she had a bit more of a experience with wire work, and she had picked up some of those techniques already. So you can use it on your own if you've got on its own if you have experience. But with editions 1 and 2, I'll lead the beginner to intermediate wire worker through the techniques, and so yes, it would be nice. You can use it on its own, but you'd need a bit of experience. But it's not the end of the world. You don't have to make it as perfectly. Have a go, have fun with it. Don't worry if it's not quite perfect, because you look back at yourself in a year's time, you'll see how much advance you make in that time.
I think it's nice to do that as well, to see how far your journey with wire work has come. $17.95, half the stock has gone. I have lots of unchecked baskets. Joanne in Arizona, check your basket out, darling. I don't want you missing out. Michelle and Jewellery Makers in Kent, brand new Jewellery Makers as well. You've got to be quick. Kate, Angie, I've got Bogner, Julie, Lynette, Tracy, Amanda, Hazel, Rachel, Patricia, another Hazel. I've got Hazel in Cornwall, Patricia in Kent, Margaret in Cornwall, Vera in Warwickshire, Elizabeth, Valerie, Susan the beading buddy, who I said, Tanya, Terry, Catherine, Fatima, Sylvia in Devon. I have got Catherine in Powys. Please do check out baskets. 3 DVDs, an hour long each. 3 hours of uninterrupted inspiration from Rachel Norris. Just £17.95. Definitely a box set I want in my collection. Now, oh, I've got an itchy nose. That means something, doesn't it? No, that's burning ears if someone's talking about you. What's itchy nose? Someone thinks you smell? Coming into money? Woohoo! Is it really?
Itchy palm.
That's itchy palm coming into money. Coming into no money. Oh, it's not funny. I haven't got any money, I've got a daughter. They suck it all out of you, those girls. Don't they? Don't they just?
Yes. One's going to university, the other
Oh!
I know.
But it's nice. You've set her on the right journey.
Yes, hopefully. Yes, she's turned out really, really beautifully, actually.
We were saying this earlier. She's turned out really well, because I was saying I've got a 12-year-old, help. Sent Mia off to the school after arguing with her this morning. I said to Rachel, shall I ring the school and tell them I love her? She went, no. And I was driving to work thinking, I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible person. She hates me. Oh, yeah, I've only just realised, thanks. You feel really guilty though when you're a mum and you've had an argument with them in the morning and then they're at school all day.
Well, you feel guilty at losing control of yourself, actually, because sometimes you can overdo it with the telling off, but you've got to show them their limits.
Oh, it's hard.
And then they do turn out okay.
I hope so. Well, you know you're all right now, you see. She's at uni. You've done your best. Brilliant.
I can't do any more now, no.
Oh dear. Oh, Jewellery Makers. Let me show you. I've got a challenge for Rachel. Were you told about this?
I have. I've started working on it.
Okay,
actually,
good. I didn't want to be the one to surprise you with it. Now, you've got beautiful rounds. Loads of colour. Now, Daddy was looking at your pieces that are on the side there, and a lot of them have round beads and lots of wire. I can give you an example, well, a few actually examples to my left that have got some similar beads in here. So you can work very well indeed with round gemstones and wire. Rachel does it beautifully. And I'm going to give to you 8mm round. So this is a soutache bundle, this is a bead loom bundle, this is a wire work bundle, this is a stretchy bracelet bundle, this is an earring bundle, this is an essential bundle. 80 at the price tag to give to you. You have got 5 strands in total, orange agate, natural light orange agate, green agate, multicoloured. Have you seen the description of these ones? Multicoloured, it says on my thing, greenish red agate.
Well, one is actually. One is, that one.
It is, but I like the way they've just gone, it's greenish red agate. Which I liked. They really thought about that. It's like rosy apples, isn't it gorgeous? And then you've got your pink banded agate. Pinky white agate they should have put with that, if that's how they were going. Now all these rounds can be incorporated in so many different genres of jewellery making and other things. You've used stitching with gemstones as well. Lovely colours. Perfect size as well, aren't they, at 8mm? So versatile for the beginner, for the super advanced. This is an essential stash collection. PQGC05. They were only £15 actually altogether for 5, which I actually think is a very good price indeed. They're all agate, they're all genuine gemstones, but we're going to give you a better price tag. It's Rachel Norris Day after all. 0800 644 655. Have a look at the gems. I'm just going for a little walk to show you some pieces that Rachel's already done with wire and rounds. And we're paying today just £10. £10 for all of this, which is incredible. Yeah, incredible. I should talk and you should do my voice. Come back, let's do that like a ventriloquist. I'm going to say these gemstones are £10. Go. These gemstones are £10.
That's very good.
Phenomenal deal. Get out of it. You're not having my wages for this hour, if that's what you think. No, that was producer Danny. Yeah. King of the screen. Now have a look at what Rachel. This was you, wasn't it, Rachel? This one.
No, actually that was Karen. Do you reckon it's Karen Crawford?
Is it Karen Crawford?
Beautiful work.
Have a look with wire. So the round's really working well. Well, I know the next one was definitely you. Have a look, because then we've got round. So incorporating. Look at that. Wonderful. So these are, apart from the rosy apple greenish reds, look at it. I love this, Rachel, it's lush.
That's on the first Gizmo DVD. I've made a piece so that you could show it, and that's in the very first Gizmo DVD.
It's amazing, it's beautiful. Does your daughter steal all your jewellery?
Oh, she likes, yes, I made her Tree of Life actually. It's actually Laura's Tree of Life in silver with some of the lovely aquamarine. And she's had that for her 18th birthday. Oh,
she was only just 18,
yeah,
wasn't
18
she?
last week.
Gemma was 18. Happy 18th birthday, Gemma. Oh, 18, eh? We never thought you'd see it, do you? Oh, what a great, there's loads of you on my screen. Great to have you on board. Please don't forget to send any further text messages to Rachel. I will be going back over there momentarily. We're just giving Rachel a little 5-minute breather to be calm and collected. Louise and Sophie, you've got yours. Kay, Pamela, Beverly, Dell, Mary Ann, Tracy, Christine, Kathleen, Amanda, Mary, Isabel, Florence in the Isle of Man, Rita, Pat in Menorca. Not too much of that sangria, Pat. Christopher, Thadslin, Zoe, Julie, Rachel, Saria, Mercedes in Cambridgeshire, Louise in Lincolnshire. Make sure you are checking out baskets. I can't guarantee anybody's going to get this if they don't check out their baskets. Oh, I'm going to cough. Sorry. £10. PQG C05. Should we give you some wire, my darlings? Why or not? Why or not, Mikey, who made muffins?
I did.
Have they all been eaten?
Didn't have one.
Is there one that I don't? You said that you'd only made 6.
Yeah,
so I thought I was not included in the... Is it there?
No, I've eaten it myself.
You ate it?
Yeah.
Oh, Mikey! Was it the only one you ate?
I thought you didn't want it.
Of course I wanted it. You didn't offer it to me.
No.
I did see it, but I didn't want to take it because I thought I was included in your group of friends.
You were, so it was for you.
I'm in the group. Am I in the circle?
Yeah, but Tom and Cass had one.
So if Tom and Kaz had one, you're saying, well, if they had one, you definitely can have one.
You're on the mid show, yeah.
I didn't think I was in the circle.
Next time.
Okay. Mikey keeps baking the most amazing cakes. It's because he's got a new girlfriend and he's trying to impress her. I love your wooing. Have you made any savoury goods or is it all sweetness so far? He's cooking her dinner tonight. What is on the menu at Mikey's?
It's a bit weird. It's like I'm making sort of sausages wrapped in bacon, but with like...
Sausages in bacon?
With like sweet potato mash and...
Sweet potato, this is perfect. It does sound good. What else?
Vegetables and stuff.
Bit of gravy or not? Mediterranean
Well,
vegetables?
It's got a sauce with the vegetables.
It's got a sauce with the
It's experimental, it's different.
Where are you getting this? I need to know what Mike is eating tonight. It's like you with your... I'm concerned about my producer Danny because I believe that he eats like a 9-year-old boy, my son in particular. He has ham sandwiches, a packet of crisps and a yoghurt and a drink for his lunch. It makes me laugh. Like, you eat like a child. Yeah, you. And then he sent me a picture of a dinner he'd made, just to prove. Right, now. My son keeps waking up at 5:30 just so that he can use the microwave before I stop him to make himself porridge because he knows I won't get out of bed at that time. Now, let's give you some wire. DOG C95, gorgeous copper. And here we've got Karen Crawford's flower in the same wire, actually, 0.4 and 1 mil. And that's what I've got for you here. So if you're inspired by the gorgeous Karen Crawford, who is hilarious and talented, I've got 100 meters of each, so it's 0.4 and it's 1 mil. One of Gemma Crow's favorite colors. This would have worked very well indeed with the first kit that we had. And as you can see in Rachel Norris's DVD, she's used a lot of, oh, you've got, thank you. Look at this. There we go, 1 mil, 0.4. Oh. And these are the same gauges that are in the second kit that's coming up for you momentarily. DOG C95 should be $49.90. Danny said you don't even know what's coming your way, Jenny Cleary, because this saving is outstanding. Let me see then. £29.90 for 200 meters of wire that is going to go on and on and on. Look what you can create. Stunning pieces, intricate pieces. You don't have to worry about using up all of your wire. If you've never worked with wire before but you would like to, please grab one of our DVDs. On our website we start right from Wire Work for Beginners, and then try your hand at Rachel's Inspirations with Nature. Rachel's got this wire as a challenge along with the gemstone, so watch this space for what happens. Use your debit card or your credit card to come shopping with us and give us a call. 0800 644 655. It is a free phone number, or you can shop online. All the W's.jewellerymaker.com is how you do it. Anna, you've got yours. I've got a jewellery maker in Northamptonshire, Marion in Gloucestershire, Victoria and Warwickshire. I've got a jewellery maker in Northumberland, Mary in Warwickshire, jewellery maker in Kent, Rita in Merseyside, Katrina, Catherine, Shemaya, you've got yours. Louise, you've got yours as well. Hello to you, Rita in Merseyside. Loads and loads of you are coming in and grabbing this deal. £29.90. Keep your text messages coming to Rachel. You can do it in one of two ways. Give us a text on your mobile phone in the UK, 60777 is the text line. Your normal network charges do apply. Start your message with the word JM Studio and then continue with your message, or you can do it for free online, all the W's.jewellerymaker.com. Click to watch us live, log yourself in, and then click to send a message to the studio. We're having lots of questions for Rachel about whether or not you're ever going to do a workshop here at Jewellery Maker. Being a mother, somebody who is, well, you're like a doctor, aren't you?
A specialist in vascular ultrasound. So I work there. At the moment, I've got to be careful not to take too much on, but I'm going to go to the Big Bead Show, doing something there, and there's something afoot with one of the other designers here. So
which one?
To be more lady who's doing the twisted wire, that gives you a clue, and to do a joint workshop more local to me, you see, because I've got to try and do things that
because she's not that well. She's a couple of hours.
But if I can do that, and also I've been writing.
Can we do making jewellery on the beach with Rachel?
If I do there's DVDs, I'm writing magazines, and that's
Beads
out.
And Beyond. Oh,
yeah,
can you look at Rachel? Can I show everybody?
Yes, that's out next week.
This is your wedding photo. You're so beautiful. You look like a film star.
I'm a bit shameless with it. I'm sorry about that, but my printer ran out of ink. I was going to do landscape in there, and with the only photograph I had, I'm afraid that was a duplicate.
You're gorgeous. Where's your husband?
He's in the next issue.
Oh, good.
And that's got some of the JM Perspex in, and obviously gemstones and wire all have made up that piece. So,
and this is Beads and Beyond magazine. I can get this from that big giant stationers.
On the 12th of this month.
12th of this month.
Right. So that's the sort of thing. That's how I'm reaching people. With DVDs, with articles, by coming here. And
Facebook, of course.
I will, if this works out with Michelle, we'll see what happens.
Okay, brilliant.
All right. There.
We're making a massive saving from $42.90 to $29.90. Really, really brilliant. Really brilliant value. Loads of you there. You know what, Janet's bought two. I'm seeing multi-buyers here. Hello to Brian in Berkshire. Hello to Wendy and Shirley and Elaine in Gwynedd. Hazel in Carmarthenshire. Gwynedd, I did do that a bit Welsh. It's true, I likes to do that. Nicola in Midlothian. Now, these gauges are interesting because of the kit that's coming up for you right about now. Like how I did that? No. Now, I'm going to give this to you, Rachel, because I don't want to. I'll pop it there. Look, Mikey will do it.
Thank you. That's right.
Now, find out tomorrow how Mikey's meal went. Did she meet your parents after all? Did she meet your parents, Mikey?
She hasn't yet.
Not yet.
We're planning all that.
I think you might marry this girl.
Maybe. I don't say
Maybe, you said maybe!
I didn't say that. I just said I didn't want to make it sound like harsh by going no. Because I haven't planned that. I haven't even thought about that.
But you're falling in love with her. It's so nice to see. Look at his little face. He's making her pigs in blankets. That's love, isn't it, girls? Now, you bought her any jewellery from here yet?
No, we've only been going out since like March, so.
Yeah, well, that's long enough. I think I'd moved in with Lee by then. Like a couple of weeks. Now, I have got the most beautiful cabochon in this kit. It's Mukai. I don't think I've seen a Mukai cabochon, have you? Have we seen Mukai cabochons? I love this. The thing is, Claire just made a huge point, my director. They're going to each be so individual to one another. They just are. I'm going to give you black polymer clay. I'm going to give you 0.4 wire and 1mm wire in the gold. And I'm going to give you the golden gleam. So these are the Moroccan ones. Let me see. Oh, they're golds, so your golds. I love that cab. You also get 115 findings. The ones with the flower head pins, the uber skinny head pins, and the round head pins. You also get a metre of chain. You get your heart slider clasps. You get your toggle clasp with the one with the ropey bits in. You get your crimp beads, your crimp bead covers. You get 3 pairs of shepherd's hooks. 3 lots of your ribbon ends with the extender cords. You get toggle clasps. You get the spacer beads as well. And what else do you get? And that's everything, absolutely. Oh no, jump rings. Jump rings come with this too, 115 in total. So the 2 wires, the 3 gleams, we're gonna see how you use these. Now you need to, as the first kit sold out, 1 left, 2 left, 2 of the, literally it will sell out. The cabochon's brand new. We have never seen it before. It is Mukai. Wonderful. You've gotta be quick with this one. Stop a minute, is that it? We've got 44? Why have we only got 44? You'll talk to me about it afterwards. We've only got 44 of these kits in existence. So there is a very, very, very large chance that every single one is going to sell out. ZEG C21, here's the findings. When you see Rachel's jewellery, you're going to be even further inspired and think, oh, quick, I've got to get it, I've got to get it. You've got to be quick. A great price tag, a brand new cabochon that you don't have, should be £33.20, which I'm going to pay that. I would pay that, wouldn't you? I would, it's great value, but £24.90 is what you're paying. We've given you an even better price with a brand new, never seen before, Mukai cabochon, the 3 gold gleams, the black polymer clay, 2 lots of wire, 0.4 and 1mm, 10 metres of each, and 115 findings. All yours for under £25. ZEG C20, we only had 44 of these. I absolutely expect them to completely and utterly sell out. So please be quick. Let's trot and saunter over to the wonderful Rachel Norris and be inspired furthermore by her incredible creations. Looking again at an award-winning jewellery designer, Rachel Norris put this kit together for you so that you can create the pieces in today's designer inspiration. So let's take a look at exactly what you can expect to achieve with all of the elements of the kit you've just bought. Remember, we only started with 44, of course, as you can expect. A lot of them have already gone. I'm just waiting on a stock update for you. Gorgeous. Incredible. Look at this. Are you serious? This is amazing.
That's using
I didn't see all of this earlier. Look, I didn't see this.
So this is using that mould from the compound, and those. Again, you can create a 3-dimensional object, again with that compound. You encase it in the compound and then cut the mould and open it up, and you've got a 3-dimensional object. So I didn't mention that before, but that's what you can do. So I made the 3-dimensional shells. And with this one, and with shells sort of on top, we made the big scallop shell. Yeah.
Do you know, Claire's just said to me, the quality of this is exceptional. It's professional.
It's not heavy.
It's exactly what I want to learn. This is the thing, I want to learn this. I want to look at it. I want to do this. I want to be able to do this. It's phenomenal, Rachel. This is exactly what we're looking for in a designer inspiration show, isn't it? Look at this. Oh, Claire, you haven't seen this either. Claire's directing it at the moment. She wasn't here earlier. Look. Mind-blowing, inspirational. I just want to look at the bracelet. I mean, it's like a Versace bracelet. That's what doesn't it look Versace? Claire's just gone, oh my gosh, it's so Versace. It is so, I mean, but there are other designers, there's Chanel bracelets that are wonderful, there's Prada. This is so Versace, literally. Rachel, this is, I'm blown away again.
I want to show you how, with the black and the gold, you can use that black polymer clay and the gleams to create these beautiful effects and transform the black polymer clay with the gleams into something that looks almost metallic. And it's really light. I mean, that scallop shell is just like as light as air. It's not heavy to wear at all. The Mukai gemstone is also gorgeous. So, I mean, again, we just popped that in because we wanted people to work with gemstones if they wanted to wrap a gemstone as a cabochon, but you can also equally make a polymer clay cabochon and put it into the same design.
I love that Mukai. So different to the one I just had as well. I love Mukai for that. It's so individual. I'm never lost for words, am I? No.
With one of the stages, I impressed...
Oh look, hang on, those were around the wrong way. Look at them now. Sorry.
I impressed my palm print onto polymer clay.
It looks like a
and then
leaf
just
design.
use the gleam on it. So again, I want to demonstrate the gleam as the first part of the DI. And that's an unfinished bracelet. It's one of the final stages. But that's just a cabochon made out of scrap bit of polymer clay. You impress your palm print on it, bake it, and then the gleam on top and varnish or put the glaze on it, and you've got a cabochon to work with as well.
Look at the earrings that I've got for you here. I just don't know where to start with. Look at this as well.
Again, that's exactly the same design as from the first designer, but showing a completely different effect of just using a monochrome colour clay with the gleam on top. I'll show you a little bit of how you apply that as well in a minute.
Mind-blowing, phenomenal. Get those questions in now. Now the kit is going crazy. How much have we got? Have we got any left of the kit? ZEG C21. We've just had information from management that we are allowed to give you a lower price tag for the kit as well. They've nearly all gone. We're just waiting for that confirmation, and it's now come through. We're taking it down for you, but don't worry, if you already bought it, you will get it for $21.90. We have not debited your card until your order is shipped out. And don't forget, you pay 1p all day long. The kit's very, very, very popular. You had a brand new Mukai cabochon in there, ZEG C21. Please don't hesitate on that because you can miss out. If you want it and you're inspired and you'd like to create exactly what Rachel's done here, you've got to get the kit, $21.90. Already text messages are absolutely flooding in. Of course, June in Mersey said, hello lovely ladies, hello June. My favourite mediums are polymer clay and wire. So this designer inspiration show is fantastic. I just love Rachel's work. June, mind-blowing. Samina, again, hello. Lady Norris, I'm blown away by these designs. You're amazing, unbelievably awesome.
Thank you.
She's wonderful, isn't she? Never, ever. I always think one day she's not going to surprise me. It's never happened yet. And then I've got another one for you from Anita. Hi Jenny and Rachel. Rachel, you are amazing. Really need help. I have tried wire now for 3 months and I cannot get to grips with even the basics. Have you got any advice? I would be so grateful from Anita in Liverpool.
There's the wonderful Louise Jacobson who runs courses here, one-to-one tuition. She brings her kind and calm teaching methods and brings you through and teaches you stacks and stacks in a day. There's obviously YouTube. There's all our wonderful DVDs. Laura's
Laura Binding's great.
Binding will take you through the steps with her range of DVDs as well. And then when you're ready to go on her courses, to go on her sort of slightly more intermediate courses. And there's YouTube. I've got my DVDs as well. And also on my Facebook page, I've got some very, very basic little video clips which will teach you how to do a wrap loop, and I mean they're also on the JM page. I mean, there's stacks and stacks of resources to go through, and just don't worry if you don't get it right the first time, because as you practice, it'll work. The copper wire is so cost effective here. You can afford to have a go and try and not be frightened of using it, and have a go just with a wrap loop, or starting to do a little spiral, bring coils, and I do a spiral bracelet basically here on my Facebook page, so you can show you how to do little spirals and make up a bracelet, and it's just simple, and you've got an effective very simple wire working technique there. So there's so many resources that you can draw upon.
And they don't have to be expensive. The Gizmo. The Gizmo is a wonderful tool that I would get. The Gizmo DVD is only $4.95. Yes. It's really easy, and I think that's probably one of the things that you do that you feel so proud of achieving when you first do it. I would definitely recommend the Gizmo DVD, and I definitely recommend it. The basic Gizmo is about $3.95, I think.
Yeah, Gizmo Basics, because it just teaches you to handle, cut the wire, coil it, and you also get really brilliant effects straight away, so you're not worried about creating a mess. You've actually created a very neat effect, and you're creating a very stylish space. So for example, within about a minute, you've got your spaces sorted out in wire work. Goodness, enjoy your journey in wire work. The copper wire is so malleable here. It's really easy to use just with your fingers, and the other thing to do is relax and enjoy it, because the minute you're tense or upset or worried, the wire won't work. So just relax and enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Don't overthink it, and just do it while you're watching TV or something. What about the gauge? What's the best gauge to start with?
Oh goodness, I would actually not. Don't just think of it like that. Just get a range, because you're going to combine.
And just play around with the range. So get the small reels.
Small reels of a 1, a 0.8, 0.6 and 0.4. And those are the 4 that you would start with and work with to start with. And then you're not worried, worried about that. And they're not too expensive, so yeah.
Fantastic. Good luck. Good luck with your wire. I have got some DVDs. Now we are going to give you in this hour the Maxi Y cone. I know we've had text, when's it coming? It will come soon, please don't worry. First of all, let's start with the second of today's designer inspirations. So we're going to be doing this pendant here. Is that right?
No, in fact, what we're going to do, yes we are, we're going to show you the gleam techniques for that one.
We're going to see the gleam for this, and then
we're going to do the bracelet.
This bracelet.
It'll be actually the Mukai one, if you don't mind, only because
no, God,
to
mind,
do a bit more polymer clay, and then we'll go into pure
I've just seen how you open the bracelet. Look.
So it'll catch at the back.
Look at this. There's a catch on the bracelet. It's like an actual proper bracelet from a jeweller's. Oh, don't you go anywhere. Somebody else will have to pick the kids up. Ring school, tell them they've got to stay.
With this, we've just basically made up a pendant in a very similar way that we made the one in the first DI. Just use black clay, and you can see how the textures with the little points come out a lot more on this. Don't overdo it with the pebbles though, because I did one with the pebbles and it really doesn't, too many pebbles don't work in this with this technique with the gleam. Less is more, in fact, actually with this one, because you want the shells to turn out. I did too many pebbles and it didn't work, so I had to redo it again with fewer. Okay.
So showing you how it brings it to life with that gleam, Rachel.
These are really well used gleams. These are mine.
Those look like mine. I get it everywhere, and they smell so good.
Yes, that's why a pack of baby wipes will help in the meantime. So starting, you've got 3 beautiful tones to work with. You've got a gold, a kind of mid antique gold, and a kind of russety coppery gold. Oh my goodness, so beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. And what a price on that kit. $21.90. You get the wire, you get the gleams, and you get the black polymer clay, and you get 115 findings. You get 0.4 wire and 1mm wire, and a brand new Mukai cabochon. Amazing. With this set, you can create what Rachel has indeed designed here.
And they smell amazing as well.
I love the smell. I get it all over my nose, Rachel. I love it. It smells great.
Just to show
Oh,
you,
you've done a silver
silver, because I was going to do it in silver. If you do get the silver, if you get the silver gleams as well, they're on the website. You can create this wonderful pewter effect with the same ones, and there's peacock gleams.
Such a different look.
Yes, just I would try it out if you go and buy some. And again, they last for ages. And these I've used these and used these. So if you do want to try out different gleams, they're on the website to actually have a go.
I've got a question for you. Now, I heard earlier you say you put something against a bowl, so
Yes.
it was raised. Is it this?
Yes, it's
Is
that
this how
pendant.
you baked it?
Yes.
Against a bowl?
On like that, and
Look
then
at this.
raised up, propped up in the oven, and it creates a really beautiful curve.
That's such a good tip.
Yeah, just make sure your bowl is, a Pyrex
Heat-proof,
bowl,
yeah.
heat proof, and it'll bake. It's only 130, so it's not really high.
Don't do it on the
level.
family antique
No.
bowl.
So I'm starting off with the really yellow gold, and getting a little bit on my fingers, and then just.
It's such a
look how it brings out
therapeutic thing to do, isn't
brings
it?
out the texture.
You're breathing life into it, like Aslan. That's what it reminds me of.
And then this will just start off the whole process, and you build it up layer by layer. Less is more. You don't get too much on your fingers. And I'm just smudging it into place. You can see it starting to take a kind of life to add. You can actually see the textures coming out and all of that. You might not be able to get into these spaces with your fingers. So unless I got big fingers. So I'll show you a technique of getting into those spaces in a minute. So I've got some of the very yellow gold in, and you can see it's lovely, but it's got a little bit flat in tone. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this other colour, the
coppery one.
the mid gold, the antique gold, and just add touches to the edges, touches to the surface of the shell. And again, you see a slightly bit more depth to the shapes. And you just add it to one edge of the shell and add it to the edge of the pendant. Again, also you add it to the back of the pendant as well. And you can see I'm not really getting it into the middle. Again, you add it to the back. You see, you just smear it along, and you can create a beautiful on the edges.
It's like a solid piece then, doesn't
yes.
it?
Yeah. And you don't have to be perfect with this. I haven't been even being perfect with the sanding it down, because I wanted to create a really lovely effect. Again, I'm just rubbing it and have fun with it. Just little bits of it along the edge. And then I'm going to get the coppery tone and add that to the edge as well. And then you can see it's building up there. And what we now need to do is fill in those spaces. If you've got little fingers, you might have a better chance than I have of filling in the spaces, but I can't get in there. So I've got an old paintbrush, and dabbing it in. I'm going to start to fill in the spaces a bit more. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it, but this is the way I thought of. And you can start to actually build up a texture, and it's actually almost, it's got a kind of, it's not a flat texture, it's got because it's the edges of the bristles. My poor old left-handed brain is failing me at the moment with the actual sort of with the word I need, but you can see it's building up a texture of almost like a spray paint texture.
This would be amazing on a photo frame or something like that. Look how ornate this is. It's like a piece of art that you're creating here.
Yes, it is, and you can buff this up with a bit of tissue, or you could give a bit of shine. You can leave the layers to dry in between each one, and it brings up a bit of shine on it as well. And also with the glaze, you bring on a whole, again that looks quite matte and flat, but if you polish it and buff it up.
What do you polish it with, like a shoe brush or something like that?
Well, I just use a bit of sort of kitchen roll and a bit of cotton wool and stuff like that. But because if you take a shoe brush, it will take it off, because it's quite easy to scratch it and rub it off, because I can scratch it and take it off. Again, you can scratch that off quite easily.
And then
and I did that on my other pendants. You can actually create a little edge of aging like that with the edge of your fingernail. You can do that Can you see how I've created a texture like that? You can do that. I've done that with other pieces that I've made. You see? Anyway,
you're so good. But Claire's just gone. Rachel is one of the only people in the world that not only is really artistic but really academic. You're supposed to be one or the other. It's not fair. It just comes to you. You're just amazing.
Again, I think if you don't build up so heavily and frequently, you create more of a shine. But certainly the glaze will add that shine. If you lose
you can glaze it.
Yeah, that's got the polymer clay glaze on it, and that shows the difference with the shine.
We'll show it to
quite
Kaz.
matte.
We've got some more text messages for you as well, it's amazing, isn't it? Pauline, hello Pauline. I love Rachel's work, but what I love about her more is not just that, but how humble she is. A pleasure to watch her create such stunning pieces. From Pauline. Thank you, Pauline. And then a question from Leanna in Shropshire. Leanna says, JM Studio, hi Jenny and Rachel. Could you ask Rachel, does she bake her designs with the wire and sterling silver in, or does she add that afterwards?
Well, a bit of both. Sterling silver and in fact all the coloured wires will stand up to baking quite happily, so you can embed the wire. If you've got a wire embedded in soft polymer clay and or those silver charms, they bake quite happily in the oven. They're absolutely fine. But obviously the bales, I'm adding them in after with drill holes in through.
Yes.
the
We saw that
clay.
with the Dremel bits.
Yes. So yeah, you can.
Bit of both.
But yes, you can bake wire in quite happily in the oven, and the coated and coloured wire will withstand it as well. They last quite well.
Okay, so what's next, Rachel?
So done that, and done that.
So you now gleam it or glaze it?
Gleam it and glaze it. Leave it for 24 hours because the glaze and gleam, the gleams will rub off if you handle it, so you do need to glaze it.
Yeah,
and seal
otherwise it will obviously with touch it'll come off on your hands. So glaze over, leave for 24 hours.
Leave for 24 hours because you're going to do a lot of handling when you make it, and even though the glaze dries quite quickly and it's handleable and recoatable in about half an hour to an hour, I think if you're doing a lot of handling and doing the real heavy wire work on it, you just want it to be really set in place. So I leave it for 24 hours then get back to it. Bear with me, I'm just going to wipe my hands.
Okay, and which bit are we going to move on to next?
We can quickly show you the bail. I'm trying to think. I think what we need to do is do the bracelets. I think that's the biggest one.
Okay. Now before we do that, we're going to bring out the Wags Y cone because everybody's asking for it. The maxi cone. I can see you've got some coils on the side there.
Yes, it's a component.
Now, where have you used your cones? Let's see. Is it in this piece or is it the other piece? I know that you had
It's one of the other designs, and I'll pick that up where I left it.
You've got some in your...
That's the maxi one.
Thank you, my darling.
Sorry about that.
Oh, because I thought that was a mini one there.
Yeah, that's a maxi cone. Oh no, sorry. That's a silver one. So sorry. That's the one.
Thank you. So maxi cone with this one. So it's a longer, skinnier cone, isn't it?
Yes, and it's fabulous to make. It's a really dramatic earrings. If you hang some chains up inside with drops coming out at the bottom, you make a really good set of earrings. So it's really quick and easy to do.
Can you show us exactly how I use? I know you've got one somewhere in your cone.
I've started making one. I'm sorry, I'm having one in antique bronze, but what I've done is I've put the wire in the end, and Gemma Crow does a really, really useful thing of putting a little loop on and then starting to wind. But because I don't need that loop, I haven't done one today on this component. And so then you just start to turn with your hand. I'm working off the reel because it's just simpler because you don't quite know how much wire you're going to use. And you can just turn with your hand. I'm just keeping it close together. And I've got gleam on it now, so it's got gleam on it too.
Oh, it adds to the beauty.
It's everywhere now. And I'm not going to make a full long length Y cone. I'm just going to go down to about, because I'm going to standardising it, to about halfway down, because I'm going to use this as a spacer in a necklace.
Have you got the maxi cone?
I've got all of the three, yeah.
What is it about the Wags Y cone that makes it so good for you?
I've got the other tool, and they're both got their place. With this tool, it's very, very easy to keep the coils together. With the other one, you're winding up from the base and up, and the coils do separate a bit. What the difference is between the two is with this one, you get a nice wire length left to work with at the end. With the other one, you're putting it in.
I haven't seen another one before. Is it from the
There's
crafty shop?
two versions of tools we sell on JM for
Oh,
making
right,
the same
right.
component.
Yep, yep.
But you have wires at different ends left behind by the process.
Okay.
And with this one, I like the fact you've got a wire at the end to be able to curl and add a
Okay.
detail in. Have I got it? Have I got one with a curl on it? Oh gosh. Now what I did with this one,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
with the wire at the end, you can make a curl, and that curl you also can fold over to make a component. So that's what I'm doing to make the component up. So I'll quickly show that with this.
Can we
one.
see that there to Kazarini?
So we have two choices what to do with your swirl. You can leave it out as a detail to hang over a cord or a braid or whatever you've got on the outside, or you can fold it in and use it as a component on a necklace, because then you can have a bead or a loop against that on either side and use it as a proper component in a necklace.
And actually, you can see that here.
Do that. No, yeah, without that coil, you couldn't put that loop at the end. It would disappear up inside the cone. So that's what you do with that component. So I'm just going to cut this off and show you quickly how to make it. I mean, again, with that lady who was beginning into use wire, spiral is about what most ubiquitous design that we use in wire work, because we've always got to do something about the ends, and spirals are brilliant actually for making a beautiful detail out of the ends. I really make it out of this, sorry about that. I've got it
So
caught
just
in the hole.
undoing
Yeah, I
that.
shouldn't have done that.
I'll give you a price tag. It's $10.95.
Cut it.
While Rachel's doing that.
While I'm making a hash of it.
Now the flush cutters that Rachel's using, in fact, are back in stock on Sunday. Michelle Naylor, twisted wire and flush cutter tool back in stock. You've got to tune in. So the large Y cone. The wax Y cone was invented by Gary Wagstaff. It's produced, manufactured, designed in the UK, which I really love. We've got a UK jewellery maker specific tool, UK manufactured. We've only got 35 left and all of our stock's gone in today's show. CVW G46, you need to be very, very quick. Made in the UK by Gary Wagstaff, whose wife is a jewellery maker, isn't that right?
Yes, yes. With this one, sorry to go straight into this. I've used about a 3 centimetre stump of wire at the end to make a little coil.
Okay.
And then we start off, and with the coils, I always start at the tip of the pliers in the coil, then cut off the little end so that it's completely circular. Can you see that end? It's no longer a P, it's now a proper circle in the wire, and then use the flat nose pliers to make a proper circle. And get this circle of coil of wire as tight as we can, and that 3 centimetre little stump will fit in to the coil space quite happily when I press it in. That is the component you can use. Now to support it within a necklace, you've got quite a large gap at that end. You can either put a bead at that end, or you can put another gizmo coil, a length of gizmo coil, just a spare bit. I'm afraid I've got a bit of antique bronze, I'm sorry, not silver.
Actually, it goes quite nicely though, those two together, don't they?
Well, it'll hide inside actually, Jenny, so you can't see it.
So
it's just
matters not.
It's a bit of a coil that it isn't particularly important. For example, maybe you've got a bit of gap in it, or you've got some scrap bits of coil left over from making something else. Just put that. I'm just making this hole a little bit wider so you can fit that coil inside. I'm just not pressing it properly. There we are. Slip that inside, and this acts as a support. If I was doing it
I've
properly.
never seen anyone do that before, Rachel.
I often use coils inside things as a support, because that will now mean that when you thread that through, that won't wobble about inside. It'll help stabilise the coil, which has now got gleam all over it. And then
I'll
I'm
forgive
going to
you
use
anything, don't
different
worry.
colour again of wire, and rather than silver, because it's happened to be the one I made it up in. And then pop through with a wrap loop. One side, bending over to one side, use the round nose pliers halfway down, grip with the flat nose, and then wrap round, leave that for a minute, put that component on, thread it through both, and then flat nose pliers sharply to one side, round nose pliers in to form the loop. Now bring it round, you can bring it round in front or behind, depending on how symmetrical you want it to be. Grip with the flat nose pliers again and wrap, and you've made that component up. You can tuck that in, cut to tuck in on that end. You don't want too big a bulk of wire at this end, or if you're really, really fancy, you can make a spiral at that end and flatten it against that end of the cone. You can add these details. Perfect. With this one, you can do a little bit more of a spiral and then cut in, and that's really quite solid. It's actually quite a strong component now because it's got a lot of structure in it. That I really would like to tuck in a bit more. So use the flat nose pliers just to tuck in that end, and you've got, straighten it out a bit, a little component that's got an end to it. It's covered. Again, you might not want as much bulk of wire there. And on the little flatter wire cone, you can make a sort of a different shape as well. And there's ones you can make with the standard wire cone as well. So they all make slightly different.
I've got the
ones.
standard wire cone for you in a mo. But this is how you made this chain. This is a brand new look on a wags. I mean, we've seen different designers do different things, but this is something brand new to do with your wire cone. We are going to sell out of this. There are only 5, and I've got Lillian, Caroline, Majida, Susan, Lou, Michelle, Alison and Rachel with an unchecked basket. Some of you are going to miss out because there's more of you with an unchecked basket, and now Anonymous from Berkshire and Anonymous from Hertfordshire and Anonymous from Lancashire has just joined that list. We've only got 5. If you don't check out, you are going to miss out. Now down to 4. You've got to be quick. I'm going to give you, it looks like that's about to sell out. 4 left of those. Quickly check out your baskets. Now I'm going to give you the regular wags wire cone. Now, I think they've all got their place, Rachel, and you've got all 3.
Yes, I have, because they're the different shapes. Anything that creates a different shape and is fun to use. I'm a bit of a toolaholic as well.
A toolaholic, yes.
This little bag is actually stuffed full of all the tools.
I love it.
And I just can't resist it, really.
Yeah, but it helps you. It helps you. It saves time. It gives you the perfect finish.
Yes, it does.
It makes your life easier. Why would you not want to make your life easier?
Again, your braiding might be a different diameter or width, or you don't want a huge length of wire cone on the end. You might just want a short length of wire cone, so you use that one on the end of a braid or on the end of a bracelet. Because again, a long length of wire cone on the end of a bracelet takes up a lot of space. So these are ideal for the bracelet ends, for example.
They're also, this one's great for kumihimo, isn't it? Kumihimo ends and macrame and things like that. It's great for that too. Yes. So let me just show you the comparison. I've given you the maxi, and this is the mid micone. So we're going to give you a really great price on the mid micone as well. Mid micone, $7.95. Created by Gary Wagstaff for his wife, which I like. I think it's nice. £7.95. QBW G27. 0800 644 655. There is a download on our website to show you exactly how you do this. The gorgeous Hannah O has done that for you. You can check that out on JewelleryMaker.com. So Hannah will go into detail and depth on exactly how you do that. Loads of you on the phone lines. There is a queue on the phone lines at the moment. It is a free phone number, 0800 644 655. So let's get back to Rachel and learn how we create. Oh, you've got it over there.
Yes, bracelet.
This gorgeous bracelet with the fastening.
Lovely. We might have only time to talk through certain elements of it, but I'll just do my best to cover as much as I can, and if there's any problems or issues, just contact me afterwards.
Thank you, Rachel. Yes, and don't forget, all the pictures will be on Facebook, and you can watch a repeat of our show by clicking to subscribe on YouTube, and then our daily feeds will come up and every show is put onto there.
Now I'm taking 6 lengths of about 30 to 40 centimetres length of wire, and you probably get away with 30, but I've gone for 40 because I always overdo it and then I cut it down afterwards. I always do things like that. So
it's better to have too
much than not enough.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we're going to start off creating one of the sides of the bracelet with a weave that Karen has shown, and I think many other designers have shown. It almost creates W's or V's in the wire. So we're going to use a varying set of wire weaving techniques to create the bracelet.
So it's 2 on the 2 tops, and then you gather from the wire onwards and then go back on yourself.
Yes. I'm using quite a long length of wire, but for demonstration purposes I'm just using less than a metre here just to show you the weave, but you really do need a long length of wire because you can continue using the ends of the wire for the rest of the piece. So
Okay.
I've just got these out of the way in little loops so that we can see the weave there.
Okie dokie.
Nice. Okay. Starting off, we just pick up 2 pieces of wire, and in the middle of the piece of wire, the 0.4 wire that you're using, just start to do 2 wraps round.
Just 2 wraps of the 0.4
Yes,
wire.
2.2 of those. And then using the flat nose pliers, I'm just popping those together so they're nice and straight. And then I'm adding in another piece of wire and then wrapping round as close as we can. A couple of times in. And then add on the next piece of wire.
So you add on like that as you go.
As we go.
That's a good idea.
Because it's easier than holding it all at once. And
Yeah.
then after a while it'll try and get these a little bit closer than I have, really, to be honest. I'm doing it very quickly and at a distance from myself, and you really want this quite close, this 3rd wire in. And then we add in the next one, round twice. I think I'm rushing it, so I'm sorry about this. Here I
No,
am.
no, you're fine.
And then pick up the last 2 pieces of wire and wrap round both of those. And wrap around both of those. I'm just inserting the wire in around both of the 2 outer wires and twice around. And the wire is actually will start to hold together from this point. It'll be a bit easier to work with. In fact, you know, you could put it down now and it'd be all right. And then I'm bringing the wire up in between the third and the 4th wire, and then wrapping round twice between those 2. Again, I'm just using little techniques to try and insert the wire round 1 and twice between the 3rd and the 4th wire, and then I continue on towards the outer edge using that technique, and you'll build up a sort of little a zigzag across, which is actually a lovely strong way of bonding several wires together. What I've done is done a time saver on the outside by wrapping both of the outside wires in one go. Okay. At this stage, you can use the pliers, or your fingers, just to push these wires together a little bit, okay, so that it looks nice and tight.
It's easy with your fingers because you can feel it going in. I think sometimes with the pliers you can't feel that it's ready to nudge in. Do you know what I mean?
It's only because you can damage a 0.4 wire if you're inexperienced in using wire.
What, with your fingers?
With the pliers. With the pliers. If you're with the fingers, you're not going to damage the wire because you know you
can feel that tension point.
And
can't you?
but with the pliers, if you just scrape it wrong, you can, you know, damage the wire unless you get a bit more experienced. But obviously, your fingernails and hands come up to have a limit to what they can do with the bashing that you're going to give them with wire work, for example. So give your hands a break sometimes and use the tools and learn to use the tools as well. But my hands have become so work hardened and toughened over the years now. They can do it. I can pick up hot plates and not feel it.
Me too. I was doing it last night. I took something out of the oven with my hand, and Lee went, "What? Stop!" And I went, "What?" And he went, "How are you not burning?" And I went, "Oh yeah, I do it all the time."
So what I've done, I've come up to the outer end, and what you're doing, basically, if I put this away now,
Tom says we're the X-Men.
fire and ice or something. And then what it is, I've made about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, little zigzag. It's like a W with a V on the end.
Alison Tarry's done that as well, hasn't she, before in one of her designs?
Yes.
And once then she took 2 of the inside strands out. Did you see that? And left.
And
it
you
looked
can
amazing.
put beads on, and then
yeah,
you can
no,
put
she
them
took
back
2
in
of the
again.
wires out. Yeah, it
Oh
looked,
yes,
it was
and then
mad.
Yeah, again, these there are people out there inventing new weaves all the time, and
So clever.
you know they're and also many of these weaves have been used in basket weaves for thousands of years,
Yes,
and we're just adapting them to wire work, and there's nothing new. All we're doing is creating different designs in our heads and adapting these techniques to use them. It's just like the polymer clay designs,
wonderful,
all the techniques.
It's wonderful.
Evolving
all the time with our jewellery making.
With this one, I'm going to separate the ends of the wire to start to form the ends of the bracelet, because I just want to start forming that now. So that can come round, and this is going to come round in a bigger loop, and I'll show you in a minute what it's meant to look like, because obviously I'm forming this very quickly round. I don't have to form it completely yet, because I want to just show you.
You're doing this bit here?
Yes, I'm actually, if we have the one that is not finished but almost finished, that's a really good, that's the shape we're going to be trying to achieve. What we've been doing first of all is this little section here, and now I've bent round, in fact actually, to make this bit and start to make this bit. We haven't formed this bit yet for the holding the cabochon. I'm just starting to form this little bit here, and then also start to form this bit here to hold the cabochon. So that's what we're going to be doing. Keep that here as a reference. So I've started to form that, and with this end we take 2 wires for the outside. You know, I haven't got a cabochon because I use both mine and the...
You can have mine.
Have we got the cabochon from the...
Anything for you. Brand new Mukai cabochon coming your way.
They're all different. See, that's different again.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't
it? And they're sort of custard cream colours, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Raspberry Kool-Aid. I do love a pudding. Do you?
I'm a bit of a sucker for a pudding.
Me too. Banoffee pie. What's your favourite pudding? Eton mess?
It's got to be, yes, I love that ice cream and ice cream and all mashed up with meringue. Yes, lovely. Ice cream in itself. Yes, and you can put it in the freezer.
Apple strudel and ice cream.
My husband will prefer the apple and the he loves the apple pies and custards and things. So, and with this,
I like any kind of pudding.
I've been eating far too much lately, as you might all have realised. So yeah, I'm filling this shirt a bit more than I used to.
Not. It's so good to eat food, though.
It is. Well, you don't look as if you do eat anything, Jenny.
I do.
Afraid everything shows on me. Now I am just going to start doing the 2 different weaves to start you off with, showing how we're going to form the cabochon setting. We're going to form a 2x2. So this weave is a 2x2. So it's 2 around the outside, and I'm going to get in a mess of this loop. Sorry. Do you know, you're so good with the cameras because I'm all over the place with the wire, so you're doing so well.
She's a cute Caslet.
And then 2 round the outside.
She's leaving us though.
Oh no, where are you going to?
She doesn't know, she's just going. She's just decided that she wasn't cut out for work after all.
And then, that's a good one.
I can't believe it. She's like my friend Belinda. My friend Belinda did a master's and then didn't know what to do, so then she decided to start again with uni, and she's only just got a job and she's my age, and she's like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I reckon she'll get pregnant
any minute. She might come back and do things later on, you know. With
no, not Belinda. She's not built for work.
Has she got a very rich husband? That's another way.
Yes, that's well, of course. Yes.
So I can. Yeah, I married a good one. I was very lucky. Very lucky with mine.
You did marry a good one, didn't you? I did marry a good one.
And so I've done a 2x2, 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside, cross over to the opposite edge. You're coming over the top here, so you go to the bottom edge of this one, and then around this way. So I'm not going to carry on too much with that because I just want to show you the weave on the other end. You want to basically do enough so that you're going to cover. I've got 2 wires in the centre, 2 wires on each side, and so that you're going to basically. Fit the cabochon in, so I'm slightly bending this.
Make a little snug
and
for
this
it.
Upright, and this, so that you will eventually, if you do enough, to reach halfway along the cabochon. So it's probably 1, 2, maybe 3 centimetres of 2x2 on either side, and leave this bit underneath. With the other end, which I've hideously squished, I'm going to just do a different weave again. I'm just going to couple of times around both, well, all 3 wires, sorry. Maybe 3. And then only around the outer wire. So I'm catching that in for 3 times. And again, without the loop, you do work a bit better. I've tied it all up to keep it out of the way in the box. And I haven't really got time to untie it, so and 3 round there. It looks complicated, but
you know, we were talking about picture frames earlier. Somebody's asked how I attach polymer clay to a picture frame. I'm thinking the jewellery glue, or just glue would bond it onto a picture frame.
Picture frame.
Maybe glue.
I don't know. Again, I'm too stupid. I can't think whether the ordinary jewellery glue will work with clay. Have you?
You could bake it on, couldn't you?
Well, bake it so it do some of the sewing techniques with wire that Gemma did with the cabochon.
Attach it. You're going to have a play and an experiment. I think that super glue might do it, you know. If it was wooden, it would, and it wasn't varnished.
I think you just have to check what will work with the PVC, whether with the polymer clay, what glue will actually work with it, because I think you just have to be a bit careful. Again, I'm too stupid.
We've got one on the website that does it, the grip one.
Yes, could someone text in
that would be
what glue you can use to glue polymer clay onto stuff?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
That'd be really, really helpful.
I bet Debbie's
help
watching.
me out. Thank you. And then 3 on the outside, and then 3 across, and that's going to form the outer loop. Again, if you find that you can squash it very gently just to hold it in place, and you're going to carry on all the way around that loop. With this one, you're doing a 2x2 to hold the cabochon in place. With this one, you're going to go 3 across all, 3 along the outer, 3 across all, 3 along the outer, all the way around in the loop. Okay? Again, I'm sorry I'm rushing it, I just want to finish it, at least you know you've got it there. So I'm going to take that away and move on to the next stage.
We're hearing B600 glue? E6000, sorry, I heard that completely.
E6000.
Have you ever heard of that?
It's not the glue that we've got then. I've got it in somewhere.
Epoxy glue. That sounds right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Epoxy?
Just read that.
I know we've got one that says
that's
fine detail work, ceramic plaster, fly fishing, industrial applications, fine screw locking. They put the blinking sticker over the thing that tells us what. That's it. That's the stuff the GS Precision one, isn't it?
Yes, but I don't know. Can you use that on polymer clay?
I wonder whether it says on it. We're going to have to ring Debbie. Ring Debbie.
Yes. Now
we're ringing. The bat phone is going off at Debbie's. That's yours.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you. With this one, I'll put it back in there. With this one, I've got to the stage where I'm ready to just fit the cabochon in. I haven't done this bit on the outside yet. I've got done that in the next stage, and I've bent this round so that these two, the back pieces, I've also bent into kind of a diamond shape to fit into the back of the cabochon, like that. And I've just used pliers to shape that into place like that and that and that, and shape that.
Pinched it in, didn't you?
Yes. But I'm not going to put the cabochon in just yet. I'm just going to secure the edges of the wire for the minute.
Okay.
So I've just fitted it to make sure that it will look okay. Make sure you work over a soft surface, because if it drops out, you don't want it cracking or smashing or anything. So, in fact, actually have it over a towel or a cushion or something like that when you're doing this stage.
So it doesn't smash.
Yeah, in case it does. Okay. So I know that this actually will sit on either side of the stone quite nicely, and this bit here will come in quite nicely here. Okay, so take that away, and then what I'm doing with this bit at the end of the wire, that out of the way, because I want to actually be able to work with, cut that end off, is just start to bind just that little, I suppose, the corner of the wire underneath, which will be underneath the cabochon. So bind that quite closely together once round, and then bring it back up towards the wires that are going to be on the top of the cabochon, and go around the outer wire once, around the inner wire once, and then once again, so twice in fact, back, and we're starting just to make a little junction point at this point, and only this point in the cabochon. So it's going to be free the rest of the wires, but it's not going to slip around because there's going to be so much tension in the piece when we finished. This will hold into place quite happily. Round on this side. And other times we want to really basically have two weaves which will be tough enough to hold that cabochon in place on the side, and back up to the side edge, the top, back up to the inner one, and then start doing the 2x2 weave again all the way along to the end of the piece, and do that for both sides. So I've done an attachment by weaving between all three wires at this point only on the side, and then what I'm going to do is do the same on the other side, same on this side, and then carry on with the 2x2 weave until you reach the end. I'm going to show you that in the next piece.
Now, I've got a different colourway for everybody if you would like it. One of Rachel's favourite colours, we have done it previously, I'm just going to recap it, the 1 mil 100 metres and the 0.4 mil 100 metres at a brilliant price tag. Of, was it $29.90? It was, wasn't it? 29. I was trying to remember it, and I thought, I know it was good. I know it was like the price of one wire. It was $42.90. We've taken it down to $29.90. These are the same gauges that Rachel's working with right now, and the code for you is DOGC95. We're going to leave the details of that on your screen. Okie dokie, Rachel.
The next bit is fitting the cabochon in place. And this is always a little bit worrying because you think, oh goodness, have I fitted it properly? But actually, as long as you check it every so often as you go, that's going to fit into place. That should be enough. And what I've done is also created a slight angle downwards with this end of the piece. It's not actually completely straight to the cabochon, because what I want to do is, can you see with this one, I've created an angle downwards so that this is going to balance out. All this weightiness of the design here is going to balance out nicely, because if I would do that straight across and did all the wire work to one side, it would look really unbalanced to one side of the bracelet. So I've angled that downwards slightly.
Too skinny on one side,
yes.
wouldn't it? With
this one I've made it even more of a dramatic angle downwards.
Lovely.
So that when this is opened out, can you see that actually balances it almost in its own loop of wire
it's
work.
Stunning. Let's have a look at, if we show that to Kaz, that you can see.
So that's what I've done. So make sure that you angle that downwards slightly.
Beautiful. Absolutely, and you can see that, what Rachel's saying right there. Absolutely breathtaking is this piece. Let me show you again the fastening that Rachel had done. So opening, you can open and close like that. Isn't it fab? Okie dokes, Rach.
Okay, so I've got the cabochon in place. Again, I've got shorter wires than I normally would work with because I'd really want to be able to continue on. I'm going to...
Yeah, shall I move this out your way?
No,
oh, no, it's
I've clamped it, you see, because I'm on the clay. There we go, so that's it. So many mediums to work with. Now I've got two wire ends, so I want to tidy up one wire, the shorter wire end first, and I'm just going to bring it back round towards the centre wire of the top attachment, round a couple of times, and then wind it in to the one of the middle wires to start to bring it into place. This is always a bit fiddly. It feels like it's not going to work, but it will. It just takes a bit of time. Again, I'm doing this very quickly in a show, so again, these things take time. It would take more time if you're at home. A couple of times there, and that's starting to hold that into place. And if you want to actually do a couple of times around this edge, this one, we're starting to now, it's one of the bottom wires, I'm taking it around a couple of times around that one. And put it in quite tight. And you can either leave it or trim it off in a minute, but I'm going to leave it as it is in case I pull it out of place. So I'm leaving the end. I'll cut it off a little bit because it's in the way. Okay. Now we've got this wire here, this top end, ready to bring in. And I get it really tangled up with everything else, sorry.
Don't be silly, don't dare apologise.
And then there, and then that's up quite tight. And then what I'm going to do is bring this in and start weaving it round one of the base wires. And you can see it's starting to hold it in place. If I move this out of the way. Once and twice. Sorry about this. Again, fiddly, but it'll be all right. Twice round, and I'm going to then try to squash these wires so they lie flat, because I want them to be looking flat the same as the other side. But you can see it's already starting to hold the cabochon into place. There's a bit of gap here, so what you need to do is use your fingers or the pliers just to pull it into shape, like that. I've actually bent that wire quite round. You can see it going with my fingers. Can you see? Did you see that go?
Yeah, I heard it click into place.
Yeah, and that's holding that cabochon in place. Also, you can use techniques. And again, I would have carried on a little bit more before shaping it. Okay, I'm doing it quite early on. So go along with that weave because everything's a bit stronger. You're not going to put it out of shape so much. Again, you can pull these in like this to shape it and pull it in at the back as well. Okay, so that will pull that in and pull that cabochon into place. And that's not going to go anywhere then, that cabochon. So. But what I will do next, sorry, rotating the piece wildly so no one can see what they're doing, and stripping the wire, is use some flat nose pliers just to start clamping this into place.
And it squidges it into the position, shape, doesn't it?
Again, I've marked the wire slightly. So if you've got some of those wonderful nylon pliers at that stage, that's quite a good set of things to use. And again, I've done all that shaping really before I'd attached that wire. So make sure you weave along there, make sure that's tight, and then start shaping this into place, okay?
Okay.
What you need to do next is do that zigzag weave in reverse all the way down for a section here to mirror image on this side. Then when you've done that, do that cabochon shaping into place.
Okay.
And make sure you tie at this stage, you're weaving really tight, because that will help hold that cabochon in tight position. So I'll do a bit more of that, and then maybe perhaps show you the next stage. Again, I'm really jumping on very quickly. You know, these do take time to do. You know, it'll take you a day to make it, but it's well worth it at the end of it to have a beautiful bracelet at the end. So I'm trying to show you in a few minutes how to make something that takes a day to make, you know. So
take patience over it, take time over it, and then let's just remind you of how it looks when it's finished. And then Rachel's gone to the next stage for you so that we can see what's next.
So again, this is quite loose at the moment, and it'll be tighter once you cinch this in.
The more you stitch it in, obviously the closer it gets.
Yeah, more, and this will cinch in more. Again, make sure that little bit is woven first, and then do all those movements to bring that into tight position. So the next one, I've got the cabochon in place, and I've done all those movements to help push the wires around to hold that cabochon in place, and it's not going to move. I've also woven all the way around that outside with the 3x3 weave, where in fact there's 3 on the outside and 3 here. And on this side I've shown a little bit more completion, where I've started to shape the wires and do some basket weaving. I'm going to start to show that on this side for you. So what you should do is reach a point at which you've shaped it round, and these will start to overlie the loop of the 3 wires, the other 3 wires in the loop. There's a loop here and a loop here, and these will start to lie over them. That I'll trim off because I don't need, that's just going to be in the way.
Flush cutters coming to you on Friday.
Yes, they're beautiful. They're lovely.
So I mean Sunday, it's Friday today.
And then just start to stitch round. I'm just going to shape these into place, spreading them out of the way. Okay, sorry, that's right out of the way. And using the end of the wire. I want, at this stage, if you start to run out of wire, as long as you attach this bit And you can add another bit of wire to weave down here and here if you started to run out of wire. So that's a good place. You don't want to run out of wire in the middle of this section. Good sections to add in wire are the beginning here and just underneath and around this level here. But the last thing you want to do is run out of wire in the middle of this section or this section.
Add in there,
yes, so try not to. Try and choose your length so that they're going to work.
Just get loads. I know it gets in the way, but it's worth it in the end, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
And you know what? It doesn't matter if you've got more, too much.
I have a spare reel and I just wind it around it and have those ends of wire because they do come in use for loads of things. So I've just brought maybe 3 wraps round to secure this loop to the other loops of the 3 wires, and just make sure they lie next to each other and adjacent to each other.
Show that to Kaz Rooney.
Yeah. And then another one round, and I'm pulling quite tight so that I can actually bring those wires close and close together, and so there's not going to be a gap between them. What's the timing on that? I didn't see the timing. Did he bring in a timing? I just need to know how much time we've got.
Well, no, as long as you need, okay, my darling.
Good.
Can we show that to Kaz so that we can see?
Binds to bind this loop to this loop and in, and then I can bring this up.
It's so hard to show you because this is the delicate bit, and it's really difficult for Rachel to do it upside down.
3 and 3.
Yeah.
And then bring the wire up, and then start to do a basket weave, similar to this side, similar to the other side here. So a couple of wraps around this outer wire. We don't want this pliers. And then I'm going to splay this out a little bit, and then I'm coming up over the top of this wire, so I want to go underneath the middle wire and push up with my fingers twice round, and then I go to the outer edge, and then using the fingernails or pliers, push those weaves together, couple around here, and I'm coming out over this middle wire a couple of times, and then to the edge wire here and round, and this is a basic basket weave. And as you carry on round, I'm going to go around the middle wire again, you're going to bring this whole weave down this loop. You're going to keep this weave so that it's running quite close to this part of the loop here.
Okay, yeah.
Because at some stage you're just going to try and attach the wire. This wire here is bound a little bit to these loops here because it just adds strength. You're not just binding at one point here. You're going to be binding.
Bits flapping around and getting caught, doesn't it?
Yes, because it's a bracelet, and it's going to be. You need to be. As I pull this around a little bit, you need to have something that's secured in several places. It's got to stand up to normal wear if you can. The last thing you want is putting. You're in a smart do, and you've pulled your bracelet out of shape because you've snagged it on something. So at this stage, I can see when I get to this outer wire here, there's a little virtual space between my third hand, this here, this end of wire here, and I'm poking the wire through. Will it let me do it? Little space here, and then I'm going to bind that round also to this outer wire, because as I pulled it up, it's actually pulled up, even though I put it through the virtual space here, it's pulled up towards that weave, and now I'm going to bind round both wires and it'll be secure. Sorry, there we are, that's it. And then again, virtual space here, poking the wire through, and then I'm binding again around both of these wires. So now this section is now bound between at this level and at this level, and that you really don't want that loop. There's lots of loops here which aren't very neat and tidy, so when you're really weaving you've got to be a bit tighter with the weave than I'm being. I'm just doing it very quickly. Push things together with your fingers and pliers so the weave is nice and tight. When you get to the end and you feel you've done enough, again you just make sure you balance on both sides, I'm just going to find a good spot to actually tie and tuck this wire in. So I'm going to do this on the next pass over, round and then over to the edge. I'm going to do a couple of loops around here, then I'm going to cut, and then we cut quite close but leaving about a 2mm little tail, and then using the flat nose pliers you just tuck in. Oops, I got my other ones in the bag, but those are okay. Just not ones I'm used to. It's just got the ones I've got are quite fine nosed, which are the blue ones that were on sale this morning.
Yeah.
In the set, you've got a chance to get those. They're lovely, and I haven't tucked this in, so it's neat. You've got to tuck them in so they're neat, and there's no sharp ends. So I'm just stroking around with the pliers to actually tuck that in.
Almost twisting it in, aren't you?
Yes, because then it helps to tuck that in like that.
Nudge it in the place where we want it.
Now, these wires are quite short, so just make sure that when you trim these, that you've got these exactly the same length. And so what I do, I either get a bit of scrap wire and measure the lengths, and then trim these to being exactly the same lengths as this side. I'm just going to vaguely trim them. Okay, they're not going to be the same length as the other side. I'm just getting them out of the way. But what you need to do is just make sure these two are balanced, so when you curl them up, they'll look the same.
Okay.
The next thing you do is add another bit of wire and basket weave. You can just wind a bit of wire around the edge of here.
What, 0.4 wire?
Yes, yes, thank you. I've got so much going through my head. I've actually you forget the sort of the basics of things like that. I'm just going to show you the anchor point, 5 minutes, and then you just basically anchor around here. I'm going to do this very quickly because I'm not going to do the weave up. We're going to be okay actually, we'll be fine. 5 minutes. So 3 wraps around here will be enough to be an anchor point, because you're actually starting for a narrow trunk of wires expanding it outwards. So this will anchoring, once you've got that first basket weave round the outside here, you can actually carry on, and this is secure. That's actually that first tightness around that outside edge has pulled these wires in, so that they're secure and they're in place. And what you do is bring that anchor point round and trim and find a good spot to tuck in so that you're not going to snag it on anything.
Okay.
And I usually try and tuck it underneath or somewhere in between underneath here. We haven't got time today, but what you've got to do is try and tuck that in so this is not going to be a point which snags. So I'm pulling this round and then finding a spot, really the spot underneath here. I'm tucking it in.
Away from the skin.
Away from the skin, tucking it in a little space, slightly shifting it around, but look, I'm poking it in, and I spend a bit of time to get that into that space. And I'm not doing it very well today, but that's got to go in here, in one of these spaces under the wires, and I've done it, but it's in there. Okay, so then you basket weave all the way along and anchor with the end of the wire in this space here, here and here. So again, using the same techniques to anchor here and here so that this is secure, I'm using the end of the wire from this basket weave to anchor in this virtual space, and this will also help, yes, this will also help hold the cabochon in, because if you turn it over, what I've done slightly is carry on with this anchoring point of the wire here, is carry on and do a tiny little bit of weaving here and here, and that'll help if you go along these two wires here and here, and you'll help to hold this cabochon in place further.
Okay, we've got about 1 minute now to
Oh God.
Sorry, that's why it's so difficult because time passes so quickly when we're getting into
an awful lot. I mean, I literally, now I'm just wasting my time with tangling stuff.
Don't worry, we'll do that for you. Have a look at again at the finished piece. We have got, so we're at this stage here now.
Just to show you the clasp.
This is the finished piece. Now the clasp at the back is something that I've not ever seen before. Let me show you. So using a band of weave to create, sorry my darling, a little hinge here is what Rachel's about to very quickly show us.
Okay, using the same weave that we did on the end of the bracelet, the 3x2, in fact I've done a 3x3 all the way around on 2 pieces of wire, like that. fit inside each other.
Okay. And
what
then
you
weave
do,
all the way around.
You weave on the outside first, then weave across. I've got so much polymer clay on my fingernails. Then across both, and then on the inside, and all the way around to the top and edge. Okay. And this is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 centimetres long, something like that for my wrist. Again, you can adjust it for your own wrists. I haven't curled these rounds yet. So what
but
you
you
do
will have done that at that
curl
point.
them if you've got time. But you can see I've trimmed all these to the same length. And to actually start to fit this round very gently, because you don't want to pull this cabochon out. So you hold your fingers here and here to hold the cabochon in place. You start to bend this round into shape with your fingers, just slow movements, okay? Nothing too fast. And then you can shape it, again, holding the cabochon in place, start to bend this round, again with your fingers, round into place. And Jenny, again, I would have spiraled this down to make sure that they're symmetrical. And if they fit on a wrist, you know, that's, without spiking you, that's what you do. You then fit it to the wrist.
Good to have somebody to hand with a wrist.
Then you can decide the length of your clasp, because I've got big wrists.
Yes, that's right.
And then my wrist will be like this, and then my clasp will need to be a long one across, but yours will be a shorter length. You won't need as long a weave.
Okay.
Now, just got to imagine these have got spirals on. I'm so sorry.
Don't be silly.
For this. Now, using flat nose pliers and really flat ones.
The chain nose pliers or your nylons?
Yes, nylons will do because they've got a flat edge on both sides.
We've got no minutes.
Okay, curve this round.
Curl it round.
Really quickly.
Okay, so that creates your little hook.
Then that'll hook to that side. Then what you do is start to bend this round. Okay.
And you weave on these two bits then, don't you?
Yeah, feed it through. This will be really, really quick, but you can get the idea. Feed it through. This is really easy, actually, this point. Make a loop. Again, you spend a bit of time making a loop.
And do you weave at this point now?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, do you do it last minute, do you?
Yeah, don't do anything until I'm curling it round. And again, you balance it, make sure you balance it up and don't make a hash of it. And that you don't really particularly need to weave at all if you don't want to.
Because it's always, it was from that. Easy, lemon
And then
squeezy.
it's easy. Just shape that clasp into the shape of your wrist, curl that down, curl these down, and then what you can do to add security at this point is to weave these together. Okay?
To give it that strength.
Cut them into short little spirals, just enough so that when you open that up, those short little, can you see how I've woven that little bit together?
Yeah.
And then what you do is just make sure those spirals
leverage.
Don't catch on those spirals, and you can open it up nicely. That was a speed clasp, but you can see how you do it. You just really just pull it around into a loop like a little ram's horn. You know,
I like that description. Now don't forget, you can watch this on YouTube. Thank you so much, Rachel. I'm sorry that we had to rush through that last part. We did it!
Yes.
Now we're going to a very quick break. We always do, yeah. And actually, we were less scatty today, I think. I think we've been very well behaved, actually. Do you?
Thank you.
We've both been well behaved together. Yay! Well, she's not going anywhere because we've got the challenge. Now, we're going to go to a very quick break, after which I'm going to bring you some luscious goodies, loads and loads of savings, and we're going to catch up with Rachel on her challenge. Be right back after this.
There.
Join guest designers Debbie Bulford and Rachel Norris to explore the endless possibilities of combining polymer clay and wirework. This DVD guides you through a variety of projects and will give you the inspiration you need to create your own designs. Advance your jewellery making and fuse your talents together with this amazing DVD. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Are you new to jewellery making? Then tune in to our Designer Inspiration Show every day between 1 and 5 for our new 2 sections. We'll help you get started and give you all the knowledge and inspiration you need. Also, we'll be introducing you to a new medium every day. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate, we've got everything you need to get you started with a new hobby. the Designer Inspiration Show, only on Jewellery Maker.
I think Labradorite, when you think about it, is as beautiful as a diamond because it gives you, for me, more amazement than a diamond. You look at it and it does something really unexpected, like a lightning bolt.
Labradorite is one of those gemstones from Jewellery Maker that is always going to be a top seller. The Labradorite that you get from Jewellery Maker has got extreme amounts of labradorescence. The colour saturation is just superb, and that's really indicative of the quality that we can get for you here at Jewellery Maker. It seems to reflect your moods as well. Whatever kind of mood you're in, whatever you put it with, it seems to bring out those gorgeous colours, so it really is a true chameleon gemstone.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you...
The Weekend of Wonder nail bracelet in resin. Hannah Oxbury tomorrow is going to show us how to make something a little bit like that. That wasn't a puppy, it was Kaz hiccuping. What was that?
It was a funny little noise. It was lovely.
It sounded like someone stood on a puppy. Was that how you hiccup?
It's not a hiccup, it's a weird noise.
It's just a weird noise she makes spontaneously, everybody. And then, of course, we've got the Twisted Wire on Sunday and the Flush Cutter Tools. So you know that from Friday to Sunday, it's been pretty blooming brilliant. Let's give you some pretty blooming brilliant strands to go with. I've got for you blue sapphire, pink sapphire, and deep red ruby. Oh my word. The pink sapphire and red ruby on this strand are absolutely stunning. You can use these for a ruby wedding anniversary present. You can use these for July's birth gemstone. You can use these together with the sapphires, September's birth gemstone. If you are creating high end, then this is a bundle that you absolutely must get. You've got 15 carats in the ruby, 2x1, and they're all on the uniform. 25 carats of sapphire, 2x1 to 3x2. Has my gorgeous Zena got these already? Have a look. Have a look at these. High-end, luxurious. Anna, these have got your name written all over them. I can imagine Ulia wanting these as well. Absolutely beautiful. These look like they might be in Sis's basket too. You know, you get to know your jewellery makers here, and you know, there are certain jewellery makers that always come in and shop very high-end, very beautiful. The creme de la creme of gemstone strands here at Jewellery Maker. And let's think about the fact that you have got precious gemstones here. I know it's not the be-all and end-all, because the essential thing is that they're going to make your jewellery look beautiful, but it's a huge plus point to have precious gemstones to work with in your collection. To become a jewellery maker that uses gemstones that perhaps you're only associated with jewellers, sapphire and ruby, high-end gemstones that I think are most certainly worth getting valued before even you turn them into jewellery. I think it would be a very smart idea indeed. The ruby has only ever been seen at £21.95. The sapphire went down as low as £14.95, which is an introductory price tag for sapphire, and for no reason other than to give you the opportunity, perhaps for the first time, to use this wonderful gemstone. Sapphire first hand in your designs. Whether you're making something wonderfully elaborate in the style of Rachel Norris, or whether you're keeping it delicate and bridal, perhaps something special for your best friend's birthday at $39.90, you would be paying an amazing price tag. But we're not giving you that price tag today. You are getting a huge saving today here at Jewellery Maker with a 30-day money-back guarantee, with that £2.95 all day long P&P just once, that you have to pay that no matter how much you get in your basket. For £26.90, you have got high-end luxury. 40 carats of high-end luxury. We've only got 20 of this bundle, so you do need to snap it up quickly. If you don't love it, you can send it back. It's a no quibble money back guarantee. Absolutely breathtaking. Think about the earrings you're going to create. Think about the fact that you can use your sterling silver, your gold findings, your genuine gold findings, and you use them with pride, knowing that you're creating something that is very luxurious, that is, you know what, creating a collection to be proud of. Maybe you've got a summer fair coming up that you really want to push the boat out for. You really want to create some of your finest pieces yet. You know, in the heritage houses and the castles and things like that, where they do these big crafty fairs. There's, you know, this is just such a wonderful, wonderful duo to introduce to the more high-end customer. And maybe it's indeed that you want to branch out into bridal pieces. Again, you're going to look at a customer there in a bridal collection that is prepared to go the full mile for bridal jewellery, because it's that one special day. And indeed, I think the same can be said about anniversaries, once in a lifetime opportunities, special birthdays, whether it's a 50th birthday or a 40th birthday or a 30th birthday. Jay and Sandra, you've got yours. Guess who's got theirs? Anna. You can't resist a precious gemstone strand, Anna. These are gorgeous. We started with 20, absolutely flying out. We've only got 10 left now 9. Pamela in Yorkshire's bought 2. Jeanette, you've got yours. Jay, Sandra, V, Mary, Pat and Sharon. Terry and Diane and Anna Marie with unchecked baskets. You could miss out on this. We are now down to 8. Susie's joined us from the Scottish borders. Well done to you. Great to see you on board. Terry's just checked out his basket. Vivian is now on board as well with one in her basket in London. $26.90. It looks like we're heading for a sellout. ZIG C43 is your item code. Please remember your money back guarantee. Definitely worth, even if you feel like you're taking a bit of a risk. Maybe you're thinking, well, am I good enough as a jewellery maker to use these yet? Yes, absolutely. At prices like this, I actually think this is a try me price tag. Diane's joined us. Well done from Carmarthenshire. Make sure you check out baskets. Remember, this was $39.90. You're getting a great price tag, £26.90. We are down to the last 4. Looks like these will sell out. Now, I'm going to give to you Nugget Gonzalez. Did you just call this bundle? Oh, sorry. I heard you completely wrong. Our Spanish range of nuggets. Nugget Gonzalez. I was like, what a weird bundle name. It's not what he said, nothing like that whatsoever. Now, I have got the weirdest hearing lately. There's so many. Wait, is this morganite? Or is it rose quartz? Because there is a strand of rose quartz that we got there. It's really morganite-y. Have I got the right bundle in my hand? No, that'll be why then. Oh, the 2 big nuggets. Well, I wouldn't. Who calls these nuggets? Of course they're not nuggets. Is that a nugget? No.
Chunk. The chunk.
Yeah. Who is calling these nuggets? Ring them. Ask them to explain themselves to me. No. It was Mark, is it? There's no way Mark Smith would call this a nugget. Do you know why I love these? Look at this one. They're not nuggets, they're great big pendants, aren't they? Look at this. It's perfect for rings. Look at that colour. Stunning, I love it. I love that colour. Really beautiful. Some of them have got clarity, some of them haven't. Really solid. Look at the bands. Bi-colour chrysoprase. Then look at this. Again, we're calling them nuggets. I'm not going to stand by that description. Look at this. Gorgeous slab. I'm calling them slabs. Look at that. Look at that. That's not a nugget. I've started. I've opened a whole can of worms here. Look at those. They'd be lovely. Cufflinks. They'd make beautiful cufflinks. They make stunning rings. They're wonderful pendants. Look at the size of that one. That's so going in the centre of a watch star. Oh, what about how Rachel just did her wire work cuff? Be perfect in the centre of that. And then I think these ones for rings, I'm going to give you, let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the chrysoprase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the chalcedony. TWG C49 should be £18.90. I actually think that's a great price tag for what I don't think is nuggets, because you've got a big gemstone surface to work from. These are going to be wonderful if you want to use prongs to encapsulate these in wire. It's going to work very well indeed because they're a nice large surface and they're not cumbersome. Danny wants me to click my fingers to change the price. Oh, I don't like it when you do that. £13.90. £13.90. Do you remember Bewitched when she used to wiggle her nose?
Yeah.
I used to love that. I used to always wiggle my nose and see if I could make things move.
Yeah.
£13.90 TWG. I can't even wiggle my nose like that. She had a real good wiggle, didn't she? It's not a good look. I look like the Queen. Oh, the Queen's beautiful, but not, you know, I look like I'm going, oh no, I'm going to get hung. They don't hang people anymore, do they? Off with the head. £13.90. Is it treason? I love the Queen. I love the Queen. £13.90.
There goes your knighthood.
I think she's watching.
Might just be on the break from the D-Day celebrations or D-Day.
Oh yeah, she's busy today. It's fine. No, she's in Normandy.
Yeah,
she's in Normandy. It's fine.
Yeah.
Now these gorgeous bezels. These are, like Danny said, very nice strand. It's very nice. Danny had a French tantrum upstairs earlier.
Oh.
Yeah. It's because he's half French.
Oh.
Paula went, that's what it is about you. I went, look at him. Look at him getting all French, throwing his toys out, going mad. Have a look. Have a look of you now. These cabochons are absolutely breathtaking. The size of them, and there is sterling silver, and by the way, that's all hand set. Perfect. And their drill hold. How's that happen? They got the drill holes in there as well. I would again rings, earrings, and a pendant set. That's what I would do. I think these are so pretty. So can I try them on? Love this colour, do you? Look at that. The checkerboard faceting, the clarity, the sterling silver framing. You've even got the sterling silver balls in between. These have all been handcrafted. These are very high end. They're absolutely beautiful. Have we seen these before? They've only been on air twice previously to now. Very new in indeed. And they've been extremely popular. We've only got the last few available for you now. This could be the one that helps you make the whole set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on my strand. You should have there or thereabouts. WRD L32. 70 carats in total, and the 18 mil on the uniform. £24.95, perfect for making long chandelier earrings. Very classy. We've only got 14 of these, so you are going to need to be 14 or 40. Oh, 40 of these. It's February's birth gemstone, of course, and a gemstone that offers as its myth and legend tranquility and to purify the spirit. So I think we should hang these all over Scott Marley. £24.95. So we have had a Facebook request for Scott Marley to have his own section in the show.
Yeah, actually.
I wonder what it would be called. Scott's Posh Picks.
Not bad, actually.
Yeah?
I'll go for it. Definitely.
I think we should do Scott's Posh Picks. What do you think?
My jewellery.
Yeah, you start looking at that. Start in between his lacrosse classes, he will be doing that, everybody.
Riding, fencing,
Well, I asked you if you were going to get on a horse and you told me you couldn't ride. Can you ride?
I'm learning how to ride. I know my mum used to ride, so I'll learn.
£24.95. Danny, leave Scott's hot sister out of this, please. My producer Danny is rather in love with Scott's hot sister. Posh and hot? You've got no chance, Danny. £24.95. WRD. Oh yeah, you're French. You can use that because women like that. It doesn't even matter what you look like if you've got a French accent, doesn't it?
My sister's posh either.
£24.95. Should we have some Garnet? Oui? Oui? Do you remember the Tricolore books at school? They were always called Claude.
Écoutez et répétez.
Écoutez et répétez. That's how they started.
Oh dear.
What were you doing? You were too busy not being in your 30. Well, I wasn't 30 when I was at school, was I? Yes, the point is that I get it, that you're a lot younger than me. Yes. I wouldn't want to be your age ever again. It was not a good time for me. No, I would. That's a massive lie. I really want my youth back.
I want to be 26.
I want that body again. Why didn't I realise?
I know at the time, never appreciated myself.
If I went back there, I'd just walk around naked all the time. That's what I'd do.
Me too.
Because it looked good then. Walk into town. I didn't do that. I did used to drive in my bikini though, because I used to have a yellow Jeep as my first car, and I used to drive it in my bikini with the top down. And once I hadn't put the top back on properly, and I was going down the race course in Cheltenham, there's a dip, and my roof fell off. And I was in my bikini, and I had to get out of my car and run and get my roof. Oh.
Impossible, possible.
Caused a few crashes that day, I think, in Cheltenham. Now, if you were affected by the 1997 rooftop calamity,
Episodes, yeah.
let's have a think of one. Oh dear. You've got multicoloured garnet graduated plain nuggets. They range from 11 by 9 to 20 by 19. And they're on a 20 centimetre strand. You can use your debit card or your credit card for these. And they have got such a lovely deep green to them. Do you know the thing is about garnet? Well, they're January Bezels, so it's always great to have them. But I think people always think that these only come in red garnets, but they don't. They come in different colours. You've got Specitite garnet, Mandarin garnet, Zavarite garnet. Look at it, and you can't see the depth of green here. I don't know why it's not coming across the screen. Really glowing green. There you go, that's better. These are almost diopside green, aren't they? They're very pretty. Oh, who did that? It's rather posh, isn't it, darlings? GQR U30 with a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. 11 by 9 to 20 by 19 on the graduation on a 20 centimetre strand. All yours for £11.95. Did I count them already? I'll count them. I did? I didn't? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on your strand. Always the same carat weight. Now let's give to you, can I do that nugget bundle that I pulled out earlier that you told me was wrong? Number 10. I think I've got 7 strands here. I suppose so, says Danny. Oh, you were saving it for the weekend? Well, there's nothing like a bit of pre-advance warning, Danny. Have a look. Do you know what looks lush? Those colours together. Summery. Look at these. Ooh. Beautiful nuggets. Now, these are nuggets, aren't they? Then I've got the cubes, just to add a little bit of sparkle. I do always want to pour some gin over these and add a slice of lime. They're like the perfect crushed ice, aren't they? Oh, that sound, I was talking your words then, Scott, when I said that, wasn't I? You went, oh yeah.
One of those.
Nice Bombay Sapphire. Other gins are available, such as Gordon's and which one?
Gordon's.
Yeah, Gordon. I can't think of another one after that. Slow gin. It's not a brand. Have a look. Tom just went, Morrison's Own. Other supermarkets are available. Do you see where we're going here? Do you see this slippery slope we're tumbling down? I don't know. It's a hazardous terrain, this now. You have got texture. You've got 7 strands of gorgeousness. You've got the shell. I'm going to give you tiger's eye, clear quartz, rose quartz, and of course, beautiful blue apatite. Gorgeous. Your orange South Sea shell pearls are 6 millimeters. KEG C79. Whether you're going to bead loom, whether you've got some memory wire projects on the go, whatever it is that you want to do, if you need an array of different styles of gemstones in your stash, I'm going to give you the value deal that's going to make it possible for you to have even more at hand at home. KEG C79. The Magic 7, 21.65. Isn't it the Secret 7? The Magic 7? What's the Magic 7?
I don't know Magic 7. I thought it was the Secret 7.
It's the Secret 7 or the Fantastic 5, isn't it?
Like,
the
yeah,
famous
Enid,
5.
Enid Blyton.
Enid Blyton.
Yeah.
£14. My son makes me read him the Magic Faraway Tree just so he can giggle at the names. He's terrible. 14. What's that divided by 7? What's that divided by 7? 2.
There's one called
2,
Titty.
4, 6,
Titty, I
8,
think, in the one that they sail. That's not Enid Blyton, the one where they sail in a sailing boat. And I always used to laugh at Titty.
At Titty.
Right. There we go.
Oh. We're being told off now. £14, £2 a strand. Don't get us started on Enid Blyton books. 0800 644 655 is the number to be dialing. You can shop online, jewellerymaker.com. Make sure you're checking out baskets. The gorgeous Ali Defoy is up next for you. Who's the guest? Is Ali got a guest tonight, or is that tomorrow night? But tomorrow she's got Hannah, hasn't she? Hannah Osborne tomorrow night for you,
Yeah.
who is luscious. £14. Let's give you another one before we go over to Rachel. Can we do the... You want me to walk... Okay, sorry, I didn't give you all the dimensions. You're right. Now, let me show you them all individually. Your shell flat squares are 18 millimeters. Your South Sea are 6 millimeters. You have your rose quartz nuggets 7x5 to 13x6. Then you have your rose quartz mixed drops, top drilled drop star nugget 6x4 to 14x5 on a 38 centimetre strand, a really large strand. Then you have got your apatite 4x2 to 8x3. Then you have got your tiger's eye 6x3 to 10x5. Your clear quartz, what I call the cubes, 5 to 9 mil on a 30 centimetre strand. Those are corner drilled. So here they are all together. And there's loads of you there. Let's have a little peek at your names. Do make sure you are checking out our baskets. Heather, Tracy, Lynn, Jean, Pamela, Joan, Pat, Sandra, Willow. Hello, Willow. How are you? Rita, I always do that, talk to you like you can talk back at me, as though I would do. Melanie in South Yorkshire, Kathy and Nick in Kent. Nazarene, Gloria, you've got yours as well. £14, £2 a strand. Here is a fabulous stash builder. The Super 7, or the Magic 7, as Danny must have been tired when he was naming bundles. 7 magical strands in there. Okay, and that's it. That's your justification, is it? Okay. You do have to pay. Did you have to pay to go to university? You do, don't you? You get a refund or? No. Now, let's go. Should we do the Strandana? moving. Oh, can we do this one? The Labradorite. I like this. The bezels. We like a bezel. Look at these. This is very, very quick, so I want to go and see Rachel and give her a massive kiss. Have you seen the front of the DVD where I'm squeezing your face into mine? Quite like that. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? It is look, it is undeniably, this is beautiful. Really easy to make into earrings and pendant sets. And the Labradorite, again, phenomenal. Will go very well with the strand that you bought earlier that was $14.90. Was it $14.95 the strand earlier? Great with that. These could be the feet, oh, it was $11.95, wasn't it? Look at the power of our Labradorite lately. It's so outstanding. The more layers of Labradorite, the more colours that you get. Look at that boom, explosion, a firework of absolute iridescence and Labradorescence. Absolutely stunning. Very, very ethereal. There's a certain magic and a mystery about Labradorite, isn't there? Totally natural. And one of the, I always say this, I think these are as beautiful as diamonds, I do. Good quality Labradorite, I think, is as good as any diamond. EKD, L38, got to work fast, they're sterling silver. In the bezel, $24.95. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them all together with the sterling silver. Remember that, because that's always a great selling point for your customers, isn't it? And don't forget, you're not adding any more to your P&P. You just pay it once. Don't forget, Ali is up with loads of bargains for you momentarily. We're going to go and check out Rachel's challenge. How have you made all of that in that time?
Well, I sort of cheated. I had a butterfly frame, and then I made the rest of it.
I love that you cheated.
So, I cheated.
You're wonderful. Look at what Rachel has made.
Just shows the gemstones beautifully. They're like sweets. They're beautiful colours, sweetie greens and beautiful luscious fuchsia pinks and warm oranges. They're a really lovely set of strands. They're fun colours.
I never would have thought to put it with a copper wire. It looks amazing.
Yes, and they'll go with any wire, but they go with the copper wire because you've got those warm tones and the pinks. I mean, the pinks and coppers, real Bollywood colours.
I was going to say that's Bollywood.
Put together, and yeah, I thought that they worked very well.
Very well. Look at that, everybody. You want the gemstones? They're only £10 for 5. I've got no room here. Thank you so much to everybody for your kind words and your lovely text messages today. We have had so much fun. Don't forget to catch the show on repeat on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, I'm sorry I can't guarantee stock of anything. We also gave Rachel the wire bundle, which is $29.90 for 130 metres, wasn't it? Or was it the 2 we gave you?
I had
110.
No, I had a big reel of the 0.4 and a big reel of the, I think it was 100
Was it 200 metres then? Yeah, it's 200 metres.
Really good, they're perfect.
200 metres, 1 mil and 0.4 of the copper. And how much was that? £29.90.
Copper, a great beginner's wire as well, because you don't mark it. You know, it's a really great one to use actually for beginners.
There it is. Right, now thank you so much, Rachel. Love you loads.
Yay!
We got to go. We'll see Rachel. When are we going to see you again?
Sometime at the end of July.
Okay, we'll see Rachel at the end of July. All that we got to say is enjoy, Ali, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Have a lovely weekend.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
We all know that you need the right tools for the job. So here at JewelleryMaker, we have developed our very own tool set just for you. In this larger set, we have provided more tools to help you develop your jewellery making skills even further. The kit includes wire cutters, a bead reamer with replacement tips, an awl, tweezers with a scoop, a sliding gauge, a snip, and all the essential pliers you will need.